Okay, so today we'll continue this very excellent hard mode, and I have to switch names, apparently. I forget how that works, but... So basically the one thing I screwed myself over with was... Basically we played it episode 1 on my other computer, and then it stopped working. I don't want it to accidentally delete something. How do you just choose it? There we go. The background's a little bugged out here, but that's fine. But basically, as I was replaying it through the first 2 levels, we did both times. We were offered the 8 seed slot, but then I accidentally clicked no, I don't want it because I can't read Chinese and I don't know. I clicked the left one, so it must be the right one for yes. So until we unlock the shop, I'm kind of in a bad spot. So basically what's going to happen is, you would think the shop is coming soon. I forget exactly what level it's on. You would think I should know this, but it's somewhere around this 3rd level. It must be. I think if you turn this off, it's better. Oh, please don't screw it up, though. Oh, yeah, this is what it was meant for. Anyway, so you gotta turn off hardware acceleration, and then you can actually get it to work in full screen. Although, for me, it's still not full screen. Scuffed game. Mobile game port. This is what you get. So let's go ahead and go in here. Now it starts to get really interesting. So basically, the one executive decision that I made was at the nighttime, I decided to go from low end to top end, which basically just means plant the poison shrooms for 0, and then go straight from that to stacking up sun, get 2 rows of sun, and then start doing the 200 shooters, double shooters. Don't worry about the middle, because you got to just go straight to the top end as soon as you can, and try to stall out the early game with the mines and the bombs and stuff like that. And so what's going to happen here is levels 3, 4, and 5 have the annoyance of the lily pads and the pots. So that's where it can get really hard, because not only do you have to keep planting down the plants, but you have to put down the stupid lily pads, at least partially here. They kind of introduce the mechanic lightly here, where you have to do it only in 2 lanes out of the 5 or 6 or whatever. And so obviously on the roof you're going to have to do it for every single one, which is kind of annoying. I do like this remix music that we get to hear. So you start off, yeah, this 7 slot thing is going to really screw me over, so I hope the shop comes soon, or I hope it's not just bugged out where I don't get to use the shop at all. That would be the true hard mode. I sound kind of like Zach Scott. Thanks. I don't think I've watched him before, but how's it going? Let me do, okay, you definitely need the lily pad. Now we can go back and not have to worry about the low sun consumption early. We can just go crazy. In fact, that almost makes me only want to do 1 row of it. Now the one thing I shouldn't do is I shouldn't put the sun in the water. I don't think that's really worth doing. Right? Because you don't want to have to worry about lily pads too much. Just only put them for strictly offensive purposes. So we can do the mine. I forget if you can even put the mine on the lily pad. You don't want the single shooters or the ice ones. Those are 2 that I kind of discriminate against in this mode. I guess I do have plenty of space. I don't really have to worry about... It's amazing getting through the nighttime without a second seed slot, though. That's pretty rare. Why does the music seem so different now, even than the other levels, though? This is awesome. What the fuck? It wasn't like this the rest of the game. So we're going to plant a mine here to get rid of the 2 cone heads, for sure. And sun is, again, not going to be as much of an issue now. So just wait for this to come down. That might even be a little bit too far. I'll start to put these, but I need some way to deal with this guy. I wouldn't mind even doing a double shooter, like just straight out. If it gives me enough sun anytime soon, I just need 1 more. It's a good excuse to put it down. Then we put this down here. Put these 2 out. Now what's annoying about the water is they can come up from like anywhere that they want. So he'll come up like right here behind my stuff once I start to plant it. Just get the lily pads out there for now. I guess I will do it even though I just said that I shouldn't do it. I don't know if a mine there is really even worth it, but I don't mind. See, look how easy you get these double shooters out. Imagine doing this in the original game. It would make it even more of a joke. You don't even need the single pea shooters for what? I'm under so much more pressure now and I still am getting away with it. He has over 2,000 videos on Plants vs. Zombies, really? The font is kind of messed up? Yeah, I couldn't really figure out how to fix that. It's very hard to get this to capture properly, so like the text is a little bit small. So we do this. Everything else should be fine. Now, the lily pads you should keep just putting down with the extra sun that you have. I think they're going to go easy on you a little bit because this level is just getting used to the lily pads. Whenever they introduce a new mechanic, it can be a little bit of a softball, even in the context of the hard mode. So this is good. I guess I could put more sun out, but it doesn't really even feel worthwhile. You definitely want to preserve the lawnmowers in the... Wait. Oh, you have to upgrade them into the better one. I was going to say, the lawnmowers can't go over the water. Right. There's a different one that you have to get from the shop. So technically you have to treat it like you don't have a lawnmower at all. Put the mine like here. The bottom row needs a little bit of attention here. So until you get that upgrade... Man, I'm really dying to go to the shop. This is kind of unfair to do this with only 7, but it doesn't feel that hard yet. So the middle one is completely unprotected. I could even do this. I just feel like they're not going to put that many in the middle now. Or you could even just do a well-placed cherry bomb to deal with it. Or you know what's even brilliant is put a mine next to the water and it'll take care of each side. So you should always be trying to put the mine in lanes 2 and lanes 4 during this mode. So in this instance, I don't actually have that ability. We're just going to cherry bomb this. The bottom one is a little bit concerning. I'm surprised he got that far. So we're good in terms of the sun right now. Put this down. I can't really decide. Yeah, that is a very meta strong decision. Never put the mines in lanes 1 and I guess you could put them in the water itself and it would work the inverse way. Like, it would kill stuff. If you put it in the water, it would kill stuff in these lanes as well. So this is good. You don't really need to do that, but I'm a big fan of the piranhas just because their cooldown is so short. Read chat. Oh, I'm reading it. Okay, come like this. Yeah, I can't really figure out how to fix the font. So let's put the mine... Actually, I don't really even need to. This level was super fucking easy. Holy shit. So put this down here. Some of these start to get ridiculous though, especially at nighttime. It's just not even fair. So I feel like you should almost have 9 slots by now, but I don't even have 8, so I don't know what happened with that. That's just me making it like an extra hard mode in terms of... like... Okay, so we have almost $5,000, which is going to be important. I do kind of want to see some of the other modes, too, that you unlock, like the endless mode and stuff. I feel like they unlocked those earlier than what we're seeing. Like, we're almost over halfway through the game. Obviously, it starts to get much harder now, but... So this is good, kind of in the same way as... Now, it doesn't one-shot the footballers, kind of like how the piranhas don't do anything to them. Or, like, even the explosions don't one-shot them. You're a game dev and you're working on a PvZ fan game. Oh, nice. What's it called? Let's look at... I don't think I really need that. Either you're going to mine them or cherry... Oh, you know what you'd really like here is the Hypno Shroom for the footballers. Oh, this could actually be tough because I'm so used to relying on that. So I might let the... See, the squash thing wouldn't even work there, though. That's the thing. I think I'll let that lane go. And actually, that's kind of fortunate because you get rid of both of them for the price of one. And then we just have to take extra care to protect that lane going forward. You may as well just put down a bunch of lily pads. It's going to be one of these levels where the shit just cucks me completely. So we'll put a mine here just to be safe. The sun is just coming so easily now, though. That's the thing that makes kind of a joke out of it. So stack up the middle. Now we have to start to put some stuff down. This one could justify a double shooter. I kind of like putting at least 7, so we'll put the 2 in the middle, I guess, of the sun. But now I kind of need more shit here. The bottom one is a little bit concerning. Can I get it in time? I think I should be able to. Yeah, you shouldn't really need more sun than this. So we gotta just prepare, like, what is gonna make the footballer... They can't swim by any reasonable measure. I don't think so. Unless they somehow altered it so that they can, but I don't think so. And I guess the lawnmower would still kill one of them, but only one, like the one in front. So we put this down. I got an original plant. It's unnamed. Okay, so the football guy is concerning. We'll pop the cherry bomb for it. This guy's actually a little bit confusing. The pitch trap will bite zombies, knock them back, and give sun. It costs 100 sun. Nice. Shit, what do I do about this guy? I'll just do that to stall him out. I don't want to let this top lane go, but I might have to. So this mine is gonna buy me a little bit of time there. Oh, that was pretty perfect, actually. See, sometimes you just have to face tank with the plants just to build up time for the mine or something else. Just to stall them out. This might work in conjunction with the mine if somebody else comes there, but this guy is gonna just get through. That's kind of annoying. First time I've gotten one of those in this playthrough. Yeah, see, even this text is a little weird. It used to be where it was like Chinese text. Well, some of it still is, because it's like a Chinese hack, I guess. But now it's just like, I don't know how it can randomly change like that, but it generally works fine. So the mine is good against these guys. The problem is, okay, the mine is going to take care of him at least. The middle is completely uncovered though. Oh, come on, that was enough time. Okay, I guess it was, but now what? Am I really gonna have to cherry bomb that guy? I guess I'm just underestimating how much health they really have. Like, even this guy got through. What is going on? I'll try this. And we got a newspaper guy. The middle is pretty uncovered. If so few are gonna come from the middle, maybe it's okay to... Wait, the top is completely fucked for now. Lane 4 doesn't have a lawnmower, so you have to keep that in mind. Sunflower costs 75 sun, and the pea shooter costs 250 sun. Interesting. I still gotta play Plants vs. Zombies 2, actually. I've never even played that. But obviously, because of the microtransaction elements and stuff, it kind of turns you off. So I don't think I can actually do anything about this top row. I might just let it go. Bottom looks okay. Sometimes you do have to just make a decision to sack it. You can put a little more of this out. I might have to use the cherry bomb on this guy as soon as he breaks the newspaper. Never do it before though, otherwise he'll just go crazy. Wait a second. Or that can just eat them through the newspaper. So explosions don't work through it, but these do. Okay, we might have to do this. Now, a cherry bomb is pretty important. Maybe we'll do it here, get rid of some of the ones in the water. Now, I was going to put a piranha behind here, if we could, just to do that. Pretty good mine placement for the footballers here. The problem is, it's still not going to be enough. In fact, this lane is completely going to get destroyed now. We do a walnut at least. The piranhas don't do a damn thing to it, unfortunately. If you turn this into a mine, you might have a chance yet, but it seems unlikely that's going to work out. That might still not kill them. That's the stupid thing about it. Maybe I'll have the cherry bomb up by then. You got to worry about the top lane. These newspaper guys can be the biggest problem too, because you can't even blow them up. I guess you can just do this. It's good. So it'll blow. Oh, that was very well played actually on the 4th row. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or no, it's actually the 5th row. Okay, that eats it from behind a little bit. It's pretty good. Yeah, I'll try it, I think. And I'm sure there's crazy hacks and hard modes for that too. I don't know if you can even play it on PC, actually. Put this here. And they're coming out with part 3 apparently sometime soon. Okay, we gotta save a piranha thing for this. He's just gonna eat up my stupid... Jesus. Oh wow, this top row is gonna get decimated too. Wait, how did that happen? Fuck. I just don't have enough sun or anything. He's just gonna go crazy mode after that anyway. Okay. You can use blue sticks. Oh yeah, that's the emulator, right? Yeah. So what can I do better? Maybe I should use the squash. I keep trying to assume like, oh, it's not gonna work the same way as they originally intend, but the piranhas are kind of valuable though. Maybe the cherry bombs aren't even that good. Because you can deal with most things either with squash or piranhas, especially when they're single target. It's like if you use 2 or 3 of these on the footballers, it works. Although the cooldown's so long that we could let that second one die. I think that's kind of a... Because it would take so much commitment that it's going to slow down my sun generation. So just let him have it. But you can't give up other lanes later. And that's the big difference I have to make. Kind of easy to lose track of some of this stuff. Yeah, what did I try playing on BlueStacks way back in the day? I forget what it was. Okay, now this is going to be trouble. So let's see how effective these things actually are. Oh, wow. See, this lane is just going to be... Jesus Christ, man. They're putting... You can't really fight these the conventional way. That one died. Like, putting a double shooter isn't going to do jack shit to him. He's just got way too much health. This guy might have to do something... Yeah, I might just do like a lot of single target artillery type units that sort of just one-shot them. Don't even worry about the pea shooters too much. Like, we're going to put 2 out and do this, and it's still not going to be enough. So the piranhas and those things can attack backwards is something that you have to keep in mind. A little bit, not if they're too far. I guess 2 shooters plus a walnut is enough, but that's still quite the resource commitment. What other lanes here? Now he's gonna get through. That's the annoying thing. He's gonna... Dude. What the fuck? I hate those things. The newspaper is the ultimate fucking weapon there. As soon as it's gone, he just goes ape shit. So what do I do with this one? I could put out a walnut. Same concept. I'll try to put out a second one. So the bottom needs a little bit of help here, for sure. And put a mine here adjacent to the piranha. What else do we have here? We put out the lily pad. Put out the 200 here on the bottom. We kind of need a second one here, which I neglected to do. Or I could just do this. It's going to go backwards. You got to learn the radiuses a little better. Because like, I'm afraid it might jump way forward there, but it won't. So you have to wait. Or you could just fucking piranha them if they're going to be such a nuisance. Actually, a single shooter kind of took him out this time, which is pretty great. That's not bad at all. So put this kind of near the water. The 5th lane here doesn't have a single shooter, which is unfortunate. Got to do this. Now, the lily pad ones, you can kind of just deal with the artillery stuff like this, if you really want. This is good for either or. In fact, it might even hit both for a certain amount of damage. I forget how that exactly works, but... That mine was pretty good there, so now we eat this guy. Want another shooter here. Just keep stacking walnuts in this lane, because not only do they keep spamming me with football units in that lane specifically, but it's also the one that has the lawnmower missing. It's like they're strategically putting it in the ones that I don't have a lawnmower in, which is pretty amazing. So what do I do in this 5th row here? Do that combined with the squash. So it does almost the same as much as an explosion, if not the exact same. Put this down, eat this guy. They're going kind of easy on the water at least, which is good. So this is like the halfway point. We gotta stack up a whole bunch more fucking of the double shooters. DBZ fan game, you have SWAT Zombie, which starts fast and touches damage heavily. After which he becomes a sunflower. He has gain and health pool also. Okay, let's see what we can do in the water here. Now I don't have the cherry bomb, actually. Some of these lanes just get absolutely bombarded, so I guess I'll let the top lane go. Not having as much trouble in the water as I maybe thought I might, though. Okay, I think that was a worthy sacrifice. Again, we don't really lose too much by doing that. We can just put the pea shooters back down. I just have to be aware of the positioning a little better. Is lane 4 gonna die now too? No, that maybe does a bit more than I'm giving it credit for. If only somebody came up here, I would have been able to... Oh, they got through. Wow, what the fuck? Why am I having so much trouble on this one? I don't think I can even do anything here. There's just nothing I can even plant. You can maybe stall it out for a second. Wait for the gourd thing. Maybe if I have the 8 slot, I could do the cherry bomb too, which you're obviously expected to have by now. He has Pintrap's counter. Hey, hot dog, how's it going? It's funny how you can only play PvP in the Xbox version, so some people get it just for that ability. But I don't know why they got rid of that from other versions of the game. It's like what I was really starting for there was the cherry bomb. So was there a way that I could do both? And there would be if I had just gotten the stupid piranha or cherry bomb. I feel like these are important too. This is very tough, the way that they're throwing the footballers at you. So many. Maybe I'm just getting unlucky with the... because it is random to an extent where everything spawns. So they're throwing like 3 in a row in the same lane after I've already given up the lawnmower. Let me see. Put this down. You could eat one of these, and you could put a mine down for the other one. Okay, here's the football guy. Maybe I should try to deal with it. Do this really early, and then you can stall him out here, and then do it again. But the cooldown's pretty damn long, so it's hard to... so I may as well just get the lily pad stuff going. I'm very concerned about space, even when it feels like maybe I shouldn't be. I was holding off to do squash on that one, but I guess that works too. You need like 2 double shooters shooting on him for the whole length of a walnut to be able to kill him. I guess I can do a mine there, but I'll try another squash. Thankfully it hits the right one. So that arguably should be enough sun, but now we have to really get going with the double shooters. Or maybe it's not enough. I'm always okay with putting a couple more in the water, because the water is just not that threatening. So these things are definitely worth taking out with the piranha. Put one here, let's say. You can put a mine in these 2 lanes here. I don't know why this helmet guy is giving me such a hard time. Now this is only going to hit a single lane. I guess I kind of panicked there. I didn't really have to do it like that. Yeah, this squash cooldown is just way too long, though. This doesn't actually do anything to the footballers, it doesn't seem like. It keeps chewing at them, but it doesn't actually do anything. Not very good? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Let's put this in the second lane. And then how the heck do we deal with the... oh my god, these football guys are so cancer. Is that going to be enough to kill it? Please? Thank you. Now we have to stack up the bottom lane pretty hardcore. Put this here. Bring out the mine. Now you got to be a little bit quicker. This level is actually super hard. I guess it wouldn't be if you had the 8 stupid seed slot, but that's my fault for not understanding Chinese or which way to click. So eat this clown. Now we got to go quick. Stack up the quick. What do we do with these guys in the water? They move even slower than normal, but I should always have more lily pads out there to put stuff on. It's almost pointless to try to fight the ones in the water at this point the conventional way. Oh, please eat that so it doesn't eat the mine. Oh, it died from the shooter anyway. Okay, the bottom one is a concern. I'm not sure what I can do about it, actually. No squash, no walnut. We can do this right in time. Get 2 of them out there, which actually should be enough. This guy's going to save me, the little piranha. We put these out. I misclicked it. Definitely don't waste a squash on those, because it's basically the same concept, but it hits stuff that the piranha can't eat. Specifically the footballer, I guess. That's what it seems to exist to counter. Okay, so he should be good there. I'll save the squash for a different one, I suppose. I guess I'll put yet another one. The water should still be okay. Man, he's taking way longer to kill that than I would have thought. Okay, what do we do now? My head and throat hurts. I can only taste half my food and my voice is broken. Aw, that sucks. Alright, let's do this. Now, the newspaper guys can become a real nuisance here. You never want to do anything destructive on them until the newspaper is gone. You kind of just let that absorb the hits while you can. Eat one of these. You can just kind of throw shit out now like crazy. this combined with the explosion should kill him. Put this one back here. Now we have to stack up on this one for the football guy. Okay, alright. I see you. He actually struggles with the walnut a bit, but there was nothing I could do in that lane. That lane was just fucked. Okay, stack this one up pretty hard. Put another walnut there. You kind of want to put walnuts adjacent to mines, though, more so than anything. We have another squash incoming. This is a good spot. I don't know if it works as an AoE where it's going to kill multiple or it just hits them, even. Pretty hard to believe that he's still alive there. It took the mine to finally take him out. So do we have another squash opportunity? We might be able to put another walnut down at least. Oh wow, that fourth lane might just be dead though. And these, oh my god. If I had the cherry bomb is really what I need. So we're making it extra hard mode by not having that other seed slot, which we should be getting soon. I'm going to put the cherry bomb, and so I'm not going to worry about the piranha thing as much. It's kind of a tough decision between those two. The walnuts are kind of more important than I would have thought. So I'm not going to do the piranha. So the only thing that's really useful for is the newspaper guys. So maybe I can deal with them some other way. The newspaper has so much goddamn health, though. It can be super annoying. Okay, take this. So I'm okay with putting a mine here. At least they didn't start with the footballer thing here. So sometimes you are fishing almost for RNG, where you can get super unlucky with a beginning spawn. So now I don't have to give up anything like a lawnmower to start. Of course, they can't come in the water, at least I think. Now, why did this guy seem like he went so much faster there? Like, I don't think the mine's going to work on him, so I'm going to have to do this. Pretty bad use of it, but I should be able to last long enough. Just take the middle. Now, doing this here isn't actually going to kill it. Do I really waste a cherry bomb that early, man? Sometimes the early game is worth committing to, because if I just get off to a good start, then we should be okay. So put this here. I think that was a way big overcommit of resources, though. If I keep falling asleep and missing the water, what's happening in the water? So just put a whole bunch of lily pads with all the extra sun that I'm certainly going to have. Now I'm going to be pretty sun-rich this time, at least. Put this in the water. See, now again, you could put the gourd down there, and I think it hits both of them. The only problem is it's not really worth it because it's just going to trigger the guy. Or I guess you could do it and then blow them up with the mine. Let's see if that'll work. Since the mine's already conveniently planted there. Put a whole bunch more lily pads down than what I've been doing. So this explosion should hit both of them. It didn't. So now what do I do? Do this and then do the gourd? Like, this is what it would take to get rid of this fucking guy. That is insane. You have to commit 2 one-shot explosive mechanics on them, kind of like the football guys. Never mind the fact that they become even stronger after they, or at least faster. Put this like right there, so if somebody comes from behind, that could be convenient. It's almost like you don't want to trigger this guy right now. Oh, wow. I might let that second lane go then. Very confusing. So you have to let that thing die first, at least. Like, even if you're going to do it. Wow. Yeah, really the threat aren't the football guys. It's the newspaper guys. They're so impossible to get rid of. Of course, I don't have the piranha thing available right now. So we'll let them overrun the bottom, I guess. Just because I don't have the resources for this. Put this here. I'll even put some of these in the water. But then what's going to happen is I know they're going to dig up from some weird place. Okay, that could take out some other footballers too, which makes it very worth it. Yeah, it's easy to just ignore the water. Because it doesn't feel like too much stuff comes there, but at some point you're going to have to worry about it. This is maybe worth it to explode. That's a good use of the cherry bomb. The cherry bomb better come in clutch because we sacrificed quite a bit to be able to use it here. Put even more lily pads out just to buy some time. Good places to put the mines because it'll affect the water too in case you need that. So you could put the gourd out, but I almost don't need to. Just got to stack up these double shooters. That's what I'm neglecting to do. You just need basic, actual offensive units here. Put this out. Put another one here. So these kind of funnel them in so that these two lanes will be stuck right next to the mine for maximum explosive purposes. Put out even more lily pads, even though there's not much going on there. So that should be alright. I don't know if you can even put those on the lily pads. It almost doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense that you could, but... not the best use of it, but they were kind of a little ahead of the pack there. So I'm going to put another 201 out. And then we can use the gourd on one of these guys too. It's still not enough to kill it, but whatever, it'll add up. Put this here. Now he's going to decimate the top row. I'm not entirely sure about some of these, but let's just keep putting these things back. You almost need that Hypno Shroom to deal with the footballers here, but... what is going on this time? I can use this. Why do I feel like this had a lot less cooldown in the past? Guess I could delay it with the walnut and just use a cherry bomb on it, but just think about the position this puts me in is like, oh my god. There's no easy way to deal with the football guys. I guarantee this wouldn't be nearly as hard if I had just gotten that stupid ass slot, but that's fine. We'll make it extra hard until we get to the shop, which I don't know where the fuck, when you even get to that. Seems like it's way further than what I remember, but maybe not. So you definitely need the mine. You definitely need all of this. The squash is almost bad because it's just so slow. Right, the cooldown is so long. It's almost as bad as the cherry bomb itself. Let me try again, just the same general way. We don't have to sack any rows early unless there's a football guy. You should be able to use the squash on one of these and maybe the... it's like squash, mine, and... oh no, mine would be better here. But then they don't walk in unison somehow. They move at like different speeds. Weirdly. Okay, that was actually a mistake. I've been having some problem misclicking a lot in this. Oh, but it ended up working out pretty well anyway. Putting these in the water is maybe questionable. You shouldn't be this concerned about the space in a way that... see, now it's worth it to do that because the combination of those two will actually kill it. That's a little bit of a late placement. I can put this like here, I guess. This should be enough for that. Now, again, just kind of get these double shooters rolling a little bit early, I suppose. Don't worry about the water too much, but eventually I will. This should be just so much sun that you shouldn't even have to worry about it. Put this here. Now the bottom is being neglected. This is what I keep messing up. You'd rather put it in the top so that you allow the mine to cover both of those. So what is the secret to dealing with these stupid ass dealing with these stupid newspaper guys? The combination of the mine plus something else could be good. Like that. You have to kind of see it coming. You can do this, you can do the cherry bomb, which you're certainly going to need to do, because again, the footballer guys are insane. You can put it, let's say, here. Put a third one here even, but now we're neglecting the second lane. You can put a mine there, which might be still a little bit behind the pace of coming up in time. Is it? Is it? Not much I could do there. I guess I could have put out a dummy. Oh my god. Now I have to waste something that I shouldn't have had to waste. And he's still not dead. Oh my god. At least if I make the decision to not worry about the lane from the beginning, it's fine. But then I commit so much time and resource to it. I'm not sure what's going on with this one either. So many of these lanes are just getting completely screwed over. I'll put a mine like here, I guess. Just in case something gets through. Cherry bomb would be acceptable there. Just oh. You can get through the walnut still. In the million hours that fucking animation takes. Okay, the 5th one has the mine protecting, but we need like another shooter there. Kind of neglecting the water a little bit, but you would think one double shooter is almost enough always for that. He's not actually even going to trigger it. Put this out. This is all good. You're going to have to keep putting more shooters in all these lanes. The bottom lane is a bit naked, for sure. We can let that trigger and then do another one. And then put another one of these guys out. And then what's going to happen is we're looking for triggering this guy one way or the other. So you could do it after this happens. He's also going to tear up my top lane. Is that going to be enough? It's probably not. Okay, so we have 3, 3, 1, 1, and 2 and 2. You could put one, let's say, here, and then put a mine next to it. It's the right idea, but it's a little bit too late for that to actually be effective. The rusted helmet guy in the water now is going to be a bit of trouble. For sure, regardless of how much slower they might seem to be. So now the bottom lane needs some major help. And it's just not going to be enough, is it? There's nothing else that I have as an activatable. Oh, we got kind of lucky that he couldn't get through. Of course, this other guy is going to get through, though. I guess I'll let lane 4 die. Lane 3 is also in trouble. Man, this level is something else. It's a pretty good cherry bomb. I guess it saved 2 lawnmowers for the price of nothing. That's why the cherry bomb's so important. It can just completely be game-changing when it seems completely hopeless. Definitely don't waste that. I don't know. This stupid-ass guy is gonna get through. Are you kidding me, dude? He'll probably get through that one, too. The water is getting maybe more overwhelming than I would have thought. Let them get through some of these lanes, I guess? I don't even know what's going on. Just let the lawnmowers get taken and try to recover, I suppose. Why is this so ridiculously stupid? I don't remember this level being that hard. I've done it up to the roof, basically, but... It's a combination of the newspaper guys and the... I guess I do have to put more sundown still. Almost like cherry bombing the water here wouldn't be a bad idea. Or now I don't have a choice, though. These fucking football guys are insane. So if you get the squash on both of them at once, I think it does actually work. You can see them both get damaged there a little bit. Not sure what to make of the water stuff, too. Losing too many resources in the process, though. Like, now, we've lost the plants on all these. I'm trying to think of a better way to deal with the newspaper guys. I really don't know. There's no reason why using a single pea shooter would be good. Right, like the top end thing is even more true now. Maybe I should make even more sun, like 2 full rows of sun. Because it's not like you're constrained. Oh, okay, so, man. What the fuck does EC and N mean? What does EC and N mean? Because if I fuck this up again... Because I clicked the left thing last time. Well, what alien language is this that I'm looking at? This isn't even Chinese characters. What the fuck is it? You would think this is yes, but it's not. It doesn't work. Why did he decide to do it there anyway? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, it did work this time, but I swear I clicked the same thing. But you know what? Just in principle, I should try to do this level without doing that. Because that almost seems like he's doing a sympathy thing, but really, you should have it by now. So now this should at least make it much more viable in terms of, yeah, try to do a whole 7-seed run the whole way. This one is insane though, just to think about like for example, what would I do to deal with the football guy now? I just can't deal with him. It's just impossible. So I can put a mine on the top. Put a mine here, get rid of those 2. Let him eat up that 4th lane. Try to get as much sun as you possibly can. Put as many lily pads as you want. The cooldowns are where it starts to get annoying, like even on the pots as we go further. Put this down. Stack up a whole bunch of these. I wouldn't mind putting a double shooter down. It's a good excuse to do it. Put this here. Put this here. So now we should almost just start putting double shooters in the middle too. Put the mine down there. That might be a little bit too close even. So now what do? We put out a little bit of sun randomly. Is he really going to get through that? I always feel like they're going to eat the mine all the way, but then they just barely don't. So don't waste any of the explosives until you see the football guys and stuff. I'm going to try not to use the piranha thing anyway, but I guess there's no shame in using the 8 slots. Like, this is, you're supposed to have them anyway. And when the fuck do you unlock the shop anyway? It feels like it should have happened by now. Put out more of these. And this guy's not going to quite get through, but let's see. Definitely don't neglect the water completely. Put the mine next to the water, in fact. Put this here, for example. It's starting off kind of okay, but now you really have to take advantage of that. Stack up the water, just so I don't have to worry about it as much. Okay, now this guy you're going to use it on immediately, so you get the maximum cooldown time in between. Now the guy on the bottom is trouble. This is where you would have to use the piranha thing. I mean, you kind of need all these resources available. Not the best use of a cherry bomb, but I don't know what to... In fact, how they get through is so annoying. So we're going to let that lane die, because we just can't do anything. Or maybe not. Very tight, though. Put this here. Eat this guy, just in case. I have to worry about the... Okay, first of all, this needs to be replaced. Put this down. My sun consumption is very high, but it doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal, really. And that's not even why I'm losing. It's not like I'm running out of sun. What do I want? I want more stuff in the middle. May as well just do that. You just use the piranha whenever, just spam the piranha plants. They're actually the most important thing in the whole playthrough, it seems like, because you can just deal with so many things so easily. It'll eat the other guy, or it'll get blocked by the fucking football guy instead. So do this and then do the piranha thing immediately after, which I kind of screwed up. So we're actually gonna completely decimate our own lane there because of just a bad judgment call with the cooldown. I'm actually playing pretty badly today. I mean, obviously these levels are getting harder, but it's just like a lot of bad decisions. Let's see what we got. Put out more of these. Put out more of this even. I would love more of the double shooters, but I'm just not able to do that here. Put this on the bottom. I guess I'm a little bit more sun-starved than normal, but it still shouldn't even matter. Put this down ahead of time. And they're, of course, going to combine the grave element, too, which is just the best thing, right? The graves are not even supposed to spawn at this point. In the normal game, I don't think. Right? They only spawn at night, typically. You can do a couple more double shooters in the water itself. You could do this, but you'd have to wait for the newspaper to be gone first. The newspaper has actually unlimited HP, just in case you didn't realize. It is actually indestructible. So now we can put... he's going to get hit by the mine, I imagine. And so that's still not going to be enough. Maybe that's an overcommit to it where it might have died anyway, but... Putting these adjacent to each other isn't the greatest idea, in my opinion. So now we have to stack up a few more of these. What else do I want? I mean, I'm going to throw a whole bunch of stuff in as far as piranhas when you really need them. What do I do with this guy? Like, actually. What do I actually do with that guy? And now we're having trouble with the bottom one, too. Eat this guy. And then this, if this isn't enough, I lose. Basically, that's the way that it goes. Wow. What the fuck? Hey Twitch, how's it going? How you been? Yeah. Okay, at least we have the 8 slots, so now I can't complain about that. What is it? Maybe I am using way too much sun on the piranha plants and stuff early, where I should instead do something like... Oh, you start university tomorrow? Nice. Is it your first year, or what year are you in? So we can let him take this one. That I don't mind. In terms of... I should really make 2 rows. I don't see what the downside in doing that would be. I'll make 2 rows, but then I won't put as many in the water. I guess. Put it like that. You know, I could just randomly put some of these things down, but... Put the sun. First year, nice. So the newspaper guy is very annoying to where I'd be willing to just use the piranha on it. If I have enough sun, I can just spam those the whole time. I don't even mind it. The newspaper is so hard to get through. It's not even a question of the second phase. You can't get him to the second phase. Even this doesn't work. Only the piranha will just eat him outright. That fucking atomically indestructible newspaper. You can blow him up with the cherry bomb, the mine, anything you want, and it just doesn't even do anything. So we'll fill up the sun all the way. Put this here. Just logically, you want them in lanes 1 and 6 here. Put this down. How are you making PvZ difficult? Well, this is a hard mode hack, so it's like there's way more enemies and stuff that spawn. Put this up here. Now the 5th lane, or sorry, the 6th lane is super hard to deal with because it's like the lawnmower's already gone. Now we just have to stack up the double shooters as much as possible. That was kind of the wrong place to put it at. I'll use the gourd, but not the cherry bomb. That's what I should be thinking in terms of. We have plenty of room in the water. Now it's just a matter of the cooldown of these stupid, that one's maybe placed 1 square too late. Too far, I mean. Put this here. Put the piranha in the water. They come at you so slowly in the water that it kind of lulls you into a false sense of security, but it actually can be pretty damaging sometimes. And sometimes I just ignore what is the most threatened lane and I just try to build in like a very OCD, prim and proper way. But now, like, the cherry bomb should come in handy a lot. I guess I can afford to put another sun down. So save the gourd for the football guy who's going to be coming soon. There he is. But, oh, I was trying to stop him from triggering. That was a bad cherry bomb use then. I was trying to stop him from triggering the actual mine. The first guy. Now the problem is this newspaper guy is going to be a big nuisance. Oh no, I have the piranha thing available though. Now the football guy's getting through. So I guess I'll just let him. Sometimes it feels almost impossible to stop that. Now there's another newspaper guy here. I guess I can do... I have no choice but to do that. So some of this mine placement isn't the greatest. Back at it again. I'm always doing something like this. Alright, so... Now what? Put a mine here. This level is ridiculous. Like, it's a sudden difficulty spike, even in this mode. Hasn't been that bad so far. I guess I have no choice but to do that. Do the cherry bomb. Now this bottom row is a bit concerning. See, it makes it seem like he's eating him, so it's doing damage, but I don't think it actually does. Or if it does, it's very fucking little. You got 2 of them chomping on him for no purpose. I'm having a lot of trouble with this second water row, too. I'm not sure what's going on with this guy. Bring out a double shooter. I want a double shooter on this second one, too, the row 4. Double shooter here. Everything else is good on the bottom for now. Put a mine in one of these. That might even be a bit too close. I'll even waste that. And I'll even put one double shooter down here. Because I'm so starved for shit. Put it here. Okay, can I finally get some bit of breathing room here? Of course not, because it's a water level, of course. If you enjoy Go Ham, it's certainly fun to watch. Okay, now what do we have? That one's still not in the hyper crazy mode yet. Got to get rid of this walnut. Put one here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 1. And so this lane needs one pretty badly. Right there. Okay, everything's good here. Put this one kind of adjacent to it. Let it eat one, and then I'll actually get rid of it. Put it there. Put this one in. What do we have as far as the newspaper, guys, is the question. I'll even do that. There, that wasn't a bad use of it. Gotta make sure the water is taken care of. Yeah, this level came out of nowhere, though. I guess now they're kind of done introducing all the different mechanics and stuff, so for the main game, so they kind of mirror how difficult the original is in some ways. Put this one down. Putting the walnuts in the water isn't usually the greatest idea, but now we've let that guy cross. I kind of knew that was going to happen, too. Wait, who even killed me? Wait, I didn't even see anybody get through. Huh. I honestly didn't even see that. Okay, see you around. Newspaper guy. I completely missed that. Okay, take this, take this. Damn. Yeah, forget about doing it with 7 seed slots. This is hard to do even with 8. Maybe you're supposed to have 9 by now. So is there a way that I could potentially save that? Oh, wow. See, that's actually a good thing, because then you can commit to just letting it die without any concern. I'm going to stack up 2 rows of sun, basically, except for in the water. Put this down. So the beginning, they give you enough time to do stuff. I just have to take a little bit better advantage of it. You get a lot of sun from that, too. Now, this guy I can deal with. I can put the mine down. Put in many lily pads and sun as you want right now. I'll start to stack these up, though. As soon as you get to the 2, you may as well just do it. Even if it's not in the ideal lane. So I guess I'll do that, just because he's invincible, basically. Put this down. We put down the 4 on the bottom, if I can actually click. No reason not to do that, because that saves you so much trouble. But then again, you could justify just doing the double shooter there anyway. So you want 2 more sun now on the bottom. You can put this here. Always put it next to the water. That should be the rule. Eat one of these, but then we're going to let it die instantly, so that's maybe a little bit inefficient. Just try to get at least 1 double shooter in each row for now. Put this here. You can delay a little bit on the water, but shouldn't really do it too much. Definitely try to eat the newspaper guys whenever you get the chance. So I don't know what's entirely going on with that. Now if a football guy comes out, that'll seem like a stupid decision. Put this next to the water. Here we go. If, by the way. Put this like right next to it. So the mine's going to blow those both up. Now I'm going to need something. Save the cherry bomb for as soon as the mine triggers is basically the point. So now we put a lily pad out. We could put another one of these out. Cherry bomb, I just said it. Fuck. Alright, let him take that lane too, as if I have much of a choice. Blow this up. That was a bad decision because I thought it was going to hit both of those, actually. Put this here. Put another sunflower down. Put this here. Put the gourd down. Put the mine down. Okay, so the middle is very much in need of something here. Wouldn't even mind putting down a piranha thing, to be honest with you. Maybe that's hitting the wrong one, but whatever. I thought they were a little bit slower in the water, but it doesn't really feel like he's that bothered by it. So easy to get distracted by the other lanes and neglect the water, or vice versa. I'm not really sure. That was a misclick as well. If I chalk up all my losses to misclicking somewhere along the line, that would be most of them. And that cooldown is pretty damaging too. Some of these lanes are super understaffed here. I don't know what I'm even doing that for. The 200 that has 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. Put down one of these. The football guys that I'm usually worried about. Put one of these down too. Put another one of these. Hopefully that one digests it in the meantime, which it might not. Man, they take way longer to digest than I guess I give them credit for. Just put another one down, spam it, who cares? So now this newspaper guy is a big concern. We have to save something for when he gets out of this phase, or we can just eat the dumb guy. Put it down there. We have a cherry bomb and a walnut coming up. Put this one in front. Definitely need a second shooter here, no question about it. I'm not sure what happened with this guy. This seems like as good a point for a cherry bomb as you're ever going to get. Combine that with the mine to make sure you get rid of them. Put this one down. Put another walnut. Put another shooter. Got 3 there. You only got 1 on the bottom lane, so you're kind of asking for trouble with that. It's the ones that don't have a protector that really screw you over. Is there really nothing I can do about this lane? Like, how can it be that... How? I still have time if it fucking wants to come up. It's still not enough, though. Not even close. So what strategically could even be wrong? You just need more double shooters faster, I guess. Or you have to have all the lawnmowers active, but sometimes that's mathematically impossible by the end because you're going to get the football guys at the beginning. So I think my setup is correct. Like, there's nothing else I would want. The single shooters are going to be a waste, I think. Or maybe you really should have, like, just a second shooter thing, period. You can't even use these during the day because you don't have that little seed that makes them usable, right, that you get later. You should probably put these closer to the edge there. The ones that you're going to use more often or whatever. That's the level of meta we have to get to. Every little nuance like that actually matters. So this level kind of shows you what some of the ones coming up might be like. But I feel like even this is disproportionately harder than what I was expecting so soon. But yeah, the roof becomes like this too, where... But even then you could blame like the lily pad management, which you can't really blame here as much. So I could hit them with both of these. The gourd. I'll do the double shooter down there. I'll bring out another thing of this. Now you gotta be willing to put down the piranhas, but you also don't want to waste them the way that I've been doing. So 2 rows of sun is okay in each of these. And then 1 row in the water. That seems to be an acceptable decision making. And again, when they reward you with stuff like that, it doesn't even make you feel bad for doing it. I'm just neglecting to put out the pea shooters maybe as soon as I should. So what do I do about this guy? You never want to trigger them first with that. You can keep putting out the piranhas. For some reason, the piranhas in the water seem really good because they're simultaneously not throwing a whole bunch of stuff at you there, but they're also sort of, what do you call it? They're kind of just slow, so they'll give you time to digest and stuff. Maybe put 1 more of these down. Actually, a parallel structure, even though I didn't mean for it to necessarily go that way. So blow up this, and then finish him off. Now, the problem with that decision is I sometimes jump the gun with those a little bit too much. Okay, we can put a mine down, maybe. Put this here instead. What do we do about this top guy? Like, this is the thing, like, you're always starved for something, like a quick little one-hit kill mechanic. To stack that one up, maybe I'll let that one die, because I just can't figure it out. Or maybe I'll get him right at the tail end. Now, if it's not enough, I'll feel like a moron, which I guess I am. So you waste the fucking thing anyway, which is fine, but... You have 3 of them here, but they obviously have 2 of them. See, that gourd could have been better placed here. You really have to make a good decision sometimes as to which ones you want to give up. Like, for example, the bottom one now looks hard to prevent. It's going to set me back here now when I should be putting stuff in the water. Okay, I guess this is what I was waiting for, though, for it to actually get tough like this, but I just wasn't expecting it so early. Okay, put this down. Put this one out. You don't have to worry about the lily pads getting killed necessarily as much, but sometimes I just can't stand these fucking clowns, though. With the metal caps, they just soak up so much resource. At least I shouldn't use the gourd on them. Okay, put this one, let's say, here. Put this one along with it. Even though I don't know what's coming, now I can commit the cherry bombs to it, I guess. I feel like putting the walnuts in the water is generally a bad idea, but I might have to do this because he's going so fast. So now that leaves a big question as to what to do with this, but not really even. That's good. We can do the piranha here. Imagine doing this all with just a double shooter. Like, why is this such a hard thing to do? Put this guy in front, but it just doesn't work. You can let that lane die, I guess, now. Strategic decision to sack it. The walnut would actually survive even beyond that. Now, maybe I can recover from that, but I can't let these other lanes get out of hand either. So you only have 2 shooters there. Start to stack up this row a little bit. Now, one of these water ones is going to get screwed as well. Got to put this down for it. I'm a little bit confused as to how it can be this extreme with some of the football guys and stuff. They should always give you a little bit of time to recover now. Put the piranha thing down, I guess, is the only thing I can do here. I can't even click properly. So I guess I can put the piranha thing. Always do the piranha instead of the gourd if you're going to be in a situation where you have the choice, because you don't want to waste it. So now this you can use on the football guy. Of course, we don't have any means to... I'm actually really confused by this. Doesn't feel like I'm doing it that badly, but... You need the lawnmower still alive, I guess, at this point. Maybe something I'm doing with the sun is wrong. Maybe I should just put 1, 2... Maybe I shouldn't put any sun in the water, because this is kind of a waste. Don't even worry about the lily pads for the first portion of it. Because it looks all aesthetic, like, oh, you got a full row, but you don't need to do it like that. This one is actually shockingly hard. So, put the sun first. Don't worry about the lily pads for a while. But I'll put it there just so it's closer to click. Put these down. I kind of like to put the utility stuff on the other side. Okay. So what is it that I'm doing so badly here? Put down the sun. I'm not going to put down any lily pads, and I'm going to let that second row die. So that should give me enough sun to put down a lot of double shooters. That's my only focus. I want to have every row. Well, but it doesn't hurt to put the lily pads either. But I'm not going to put any sun there, at least. I could put like 3 rows of these. I don't even care. So we'll put this next to the water. I don't even know what's going to come in that lane, but I'll just deal with that. That was just kind of a lucky thing, honestly. You can just eat this guy, which I kind of have to do. Put another lily pad down, why not? I guess I have to do that because there's nothing else that's gonna be able to do it. It just feels silly, but there's no choice. Put even more of these out. I mean, 3 should be enough, right? I'm not gonna put more than 3. Put this in front, and that applies to both the sunflowers and the lily pads. So that's gonna blow it up. You can start to put shooters out now once you get to that triple threshold, I guess. Put a lot more sun at the bottom. This should be enough. Combined with... Actually, I don't know. So that was the subpar thing. Maybe put it here. I don't know. I'm already kind of screwing up. Do I sack maybe the bottom now? Because at least I haven't committed anything to it. You have a triple sun formation in this case. Put another one here. I guess I can put lily pads out when I have that much time. I guess I'll just do a double formation on the bottom now. That one's gonna blow up from a mine. Both of them. I guess we could do this to finish it off. Could do kind of the same thing again. Put another one here, put another one there. So now what's gonna happen? You're gonna put it... Maybe I ought to save the cherry bomb. I shouldn't necessarily need it. Now you can start to put some of these double shooters in the bottom there. You can eat this guy, save yourself some trouble. I'm very confused about how they're getting through some of these. It's very strange. So what else can I do here? I can put a double shooter here all the way across. The other lily pads are there just to buy a little bit of time, I suppose. Is that still not going to be enough? I guess I'll let him take the bottom row too. Man, this level is weird. Put this one out. Is it going to even blow up in time? Probably not. What the fuck am I looking at? We have two double shooters and the fucking guy in the water is getting through it. So I'm going to deprive myself of a little bit of sun, but I guess at least maybe committing them a lot to certain rows is good. But then you're not going to know how badly those rows are going to get attacked. But you certainly can't sack some of these rows. Like, fuck it, I'll do 3 of them. This guy's just invincible. Just never going to be enough. So what now? I can put down more lily pads. Gotta use the walnuts maybe more effectively than what I'm doing. Just wait on that a little bit. Do this, do that. It does actually hit multiple targets like that, which is good. This guy's gonna kill me just because of the flag alone. His flag gives him super speed magically, just like how the fucking pole arms give the guys super speed, the pole vault things. Huh. Those newspaper guys can just go off really quick. I still like the style I was going at that way, so what I need to do a little bit differently is... I feel like a lot of the levels after this are going to be easy by comparison. This one is just insane. So, there's no other formation that I could do that would be any different. No reason to use the ice stuff or whatever. We're going to get trolled by the graves towards the end, I bet. I don't mind the triple formation. I'm kind of misusing some of the explosions and high cooldown stuff. So I can put a mine there. Put this one down. I still won't worry about the lily pads at all. Not that that 25 really seems like it would make much difference, but... In fact, just because of the cooldown, you do kind of want to get it going. It's almost not even worth it to plant as many lily pads as I'm doing. Because they're all empty and not really doing anything. It's almost like you could wait super long with this guy and just use the mine. Save kind of the more important stuff for later. And I also did what I said I didn't really want to do, which is put the sunflower on the lily pad itself. Let me try to do... Okay, what do I do now? So you want it to be in lane 4 because you're stacking up the sun like an absolute fiend. And it doesn't seem to be helping me at all, but... Look how much sun I have. Like, you should have double shooters going in every single row very quickly. That's the whole point of this, but I can't seem to do it. I'm going to put even more sun down. Right, 2 of these triple rows. So you can do this. You can do this. And then there's a question as to which kind of utility thing to finish them off I'm going to need. So do this one instead. So what other rows need help? This one definitely needs something. Not going to worry about the lily pads still, but... Like, it doesn't seem like a worthy cherry bomb target. I don't know how to deal with this guy either. We'll put this here. Only one double shooter there active. Just let him take it, I guess. Thankfully he didn't. Put this here, so we got at least 3 firing there. We need maybe another one on the bottom here. We could use one in the lily pad in the water here. This has 3 pelting, so if that's not enough, I just can't even deal with them. Always put them further back, which is generally the concept anyway, but with the sun it can be a little bit tricky. So this will blow it up, but then I need more. Thank God it didn't gravitate towards the conehead guy there. Having a little bit of trouble with this. It might be worth putting that down. Also, it'll get caught by the mine. Put this here, so we have 3-3. That's the best I can do, is just put down a whole bunch of the double shooters. I don't see why that would be an issue. You have to do it. Thank God he didn't eat it in time before he could go off. Those guys scare you more than anything. The fucking... This probably isn't going to be nearly enough either. He'll get through every... This is a really ridiculous level. So I guess I'll let him go through. This one will have 2. I'll even get rid of this and just put a 3rd one out. Put a mine next to it. But again, I'm putting the mines kind of on the wrong side, I suppose. Okay, put this down. We can kind of interchange the double shooter and the sunflower. That would be acceptable. Put one of these in here just for the fuck of it. Maybe not the greatest idea. Put this here. Put this there. We need more of the double shooters still. You always need something big to deal with these guys, and I don't have enough necessarily. That's not the worst placement ever, but could be better. The mine could come up here then. So you always want that to trigger after the newspaper's already gone from the guy. Putting the walnuts in here might actually be brilliant, despite me saying it's a bad idea. This would have to eat the newspaper guy, honestly. So you might have to let that second lane die. So if I do that, at least I can clean up these other rows a little bit. Yeah, it might be worth it to sack it. Like, it's just so overrun. Sometimes that just happens and you just have to let it. We could stack up a second shooter on some of these other rows. The water one even would be acceptable. Put this one down here even ahead of time. You need a ton of double shooters here. Now, am I going to need this or not? Apparently I won't, which is excellent. You can put this in front for some security. The bottom row is getting a little bit overrun itself, so we can put this down, as well as it'll hit both. So it is an AoE effectively. It's more of a limited scope AoE though than the... Make sure you don't hit the stupid newspaper guys with that though. Get rid of one of these things of sun, put another 200 shooter. This football guy is going to get through. There's no question about it on the bottom. There's nothing I can do about it either. I can't even place the walnut in time. Difficulty spike moment. Holy shit. What? How could I have done that much better? So many football guys, dude. This is insane. And it's really the newspaper ones that are the secret weapon that you fear. I don't even understand. Okay. We almost had it even with 7 one of those times it felt like, but how are we not doing it even with 8? None of these... It's not like you have that much option. Like, what could I use that would be different? Maybe the ice thing? Maybe could be good. I guess I underestimate that sometimes, but the damage is low. The effect is okay, but... It's just so expensive. You'd rather have a double shooter by then, I feel like. They could use a mine in that second row. This one just gets so overwhelming very early. I have to use these explosives and single target stuff better. Like, rather than even use a mine, just use this. But the placement of the mines that I'm doing is pretty bad. Like, you always want them to be close to the water, I feel, at least. You can do the piranha thing as well. Maybe I need to use these more than what I'm doing. Put a second one, put a third one even. 3, 6, 9, 12. Like, fuck it, dude. Put as much as you want. But now the problem with that decision is, see, now I'm already fucking up. Ah. This won't even work either. It's like you have to do it though. Like if I don't do that, I don't know. The mine placement's stupid. Everything about this is stupid. You can put this here and then replace the other piranha with a mine. That would be the actual logical way to do it. So that's 8 of them. Don't necessarily need to put any in the water, because your space is already constrained enough as it is. Put this, like, let's say, here, and then you can put a walnut on the bottom. That does at least make sense. This one probably isn't going to matter much. Already wasting sun, but somehow it's actually okay. Let that piranha thing die and then put another walnut there, I guess. Put a little bit of sun in the water, even though I hate to do that. That should be enough. Like 10 sun should be more than enough. I don't see why it wouldn't be, in fact. Just do that, I guess. Of course, it's still not going to be enough. That's the amazing, amazing thing about it. Get a little bit more value out of that. Okay, now we can start to worry about the water a little bit. Definitely use the piranha on the newspaper guy. Sometimes it can be hard to pick them out of a crowd like that, though. He's still alive. That's where you just get kind of shocked. He's still alive after that. I used 2 explosives and had 2 double shooters banging on him the whole time. Like now I committed that there and it's still not going to matter. And of course you have to realize the piranhas don't do a damn thing to them either. So it won't hit this either, so I can let that first top row die. Or not like I even have much of a choice in doing that. Gotta get the perfect formation set up in time. Now even the water is gonna screw me over. Doesn't even really feel worth it fighting for that. Like just let them take the water too then, fuck it. But the problem is the AoE effect or the lawnmower effect isn't even gonna be that good off that. Like I just don't even really care though. I want to do all the other lanes. This one can go here. This can go on the top row. Just put out a few of these and make it like a double shooter scenario. You would think that'd be enough for most intensive purposes. So here's where the cherry bomb should be good as well. Mine into cherry bomb. Should be enough to kill both, but apparently it still didn't kill the bottom one. It would have had to have hit it, no? You can do this one as well. What is it that I'm... What? So now there's 2 more of the football ones here. I guess I'll let those 2 rows die as well. I'll try to keep stacking up the double shooters. So this was the middle wave, which was the big wave. This is a good use of it, I guess. Of course, it's still not going to be nearly enough. I guess I'd have to cherry bomb this to have a chance. And it probably still won't kill them. That's what we've seen. We can use the squash and the cherry bomb. And then they're still alive by the end of it. That eats them a little bit further than sometimes I give it credit for. So, what else can I do here? Still need a bit more sun, I guess. Put this one out. The grave comes up right there to troll me too. And of course they can spawn from the grave itself too. This guy might catch up and make this actually worth doing. Feels like there's something I'm missing, like just with cooldowns and whatnot, that I can't really get anything to work. Or maybe I should be putting down the squash ones a lot more often. Just let them sit there, I guess. Huh. I mean, I've done this level before in this exact mode. I can't figure out... Huh. Or maybe I should be putting walnuts down a lot more aggressively. Huh. It's not like every level is going to be like this. They're going to introduce, like, the balloon guy, so then that gives you, like, a, you know... There'll be other things. It's just this one, they overwhelm you with the two hardest enemy types right now, which is the football guy and the newspaper guy. We have very limited options of what to use. Like, we're basically able to use everything. It's very confusing. I might try to use the ice one. This just seems right, but I still can't do it. I don't know. You can use the mine on these two, but the other guy, I can just let him go. It's not even the fact that I'm using the lawnmower that's really the issue early. And again, the lily pad isn't necessary for a while, but I don't see why that 25 sun would make that big of a difference. Like, I won't do the things until later then, and see if that helps. Again, I'm obsessed with the double shooters and their power. Oh, wow, okay, they weren't moving at the same speed, even though they started, like, right on top of each other, which is weird. You can do this, and you can almost set up to mine them again. Mine the guy on the bottom, at least. Or I guess I could have used the gourd thing, even. Now I guess I can start doing this. So we're going to do a triple, which is questionable, but... Again, if I have the double shooters going, why wouldn't that be viable? Maybe I'm underestimating what the piranhas can do to those, but it just feels like they do absolutely dick all. Right? He just keeps chomping on him to no avail. You would think that would be registering some amount of damage. I also kind of messed up this row. So now some of these bottom lanes are not the greatest. This at least justifies doing something like the bomb here. Put this here. Put the thing behind. This is a good spot to put it so that it blows up along with the... I just can't tell whether that's doing anything or not, honestly. I have no idea. Blow this up. Eat this. That's still not enough, though. That's where I just get demoralized. Like, it's still not enough. He got through both of them without his armor on. So we're saving the cherry bombs at least a little bit. Put this down. You can put this one here, and then you'd put a mine normally in the other slot, but I guess I can't really do that here. At least he'll get eaten by that. Guess I'll do one of the piranha things. I'm not sure what else is happening on that bottom row, though. He's just gonna get through, isn't he? I don't get it. I guess the piranha thing's always better because it's more cost-effective, at least. He'll just fucking eat it. Thankfully, it jumps over in time. I guess I can do this. So, can I actually get these double shooters out? This is what I'm being very slow at doing. That's my biggest thing that I believe in, is just if you get enough of those out, you shouldn't need anything else. Like if I have 2 of these even in the water, that radius on that didn't seem correct even. It got him in the water even though he was way further along. That probably shouldn't have worked, even though it worked in my favor. Now, you can't really even do anything to this guy besides eat him with that. Put this here and then put a mine right next to it, for example. Put another 200 here. So the top one is kind of light with some of these. Don't really want to use the cherry bomb there, but I might have no choice. Thankfully that we strategically avoided the newspaper guy with that. I guess you can remember just to eat them with this. You don't even have to worry about the... You don't have to worry about wasting higher cost stuff. Just eat him outright. Put this here. Now a huge wave is approaching, which is pretty much just a nice way to say that I'm going to get absolutely fucked in the ass here because there's nothing I can do. You should really have some mines down for that too. In fact, the bottom row has absolutely nothing on it. You're kind of waiting for a cherry bomb here as well. Hopefully that would deal with it, but it doesn't. This is where the piranhas are so valuable, like even in the... Okay, this is a good use of it, I think, as any. Imagine if the water one starts to screw me over now. This is like only 3-2, so like you've barely even seen the water by now. You would think they wouldn't start off this hard. Maybe this level's hard even in the original game, like to show that like they're not just arbitrarily making it hard, it's at least based on something. So this guy got through. This guy with the newspaper is gonna go nuts. And I misclicked the one thing I was trying to do with that. And of course this doesn't even help either. To put down another lily pad. Huh. Trying to think, like if we can survive the first wave successfully at least, that would be good, but the football guys are just way too strong. I don't know how to deal with them. Use the squash whenever you can. You know, the problem is by the time we recover all that, the next wave is going to come. Put this down. Put a mine down. I have to use the mines a lot more effectively because those you can treat basically as cherry bombs. Do this so that it'll eat the newspaper guy anyway. This has 2 of them on it, so what am I going to do? I'm going to put down a gourd, I guess, to take out these 2. We've gotten about as far as you can go, but now I'm going to get destroyed. Put this down and put down the walnut for now. It's amazing I even have gotten this far, but now this guy's going to destroy the whole lane. Or wait, somehow that didn't hit him. We're getting kind of lucky with that. Eat this guy. I mean, imagine if I was somehow able to do it here, but I just don't even see how it would make sense. Or maybe they're calming down with the football guys now. As soon as I say that, they're going to throw one at me. We kind of need a walnut or a piranha for this one. My ability to just click stuff is shockingly bad today. This guy's going to get through. You can't even eat. That's the ultimate karma for the piranha. He gets eaten faster than he can even eat himself. Gets his revenge. So maybe the cherry bombs or something are not as good as I think. I just can't imagine the ice thing would be good. Like what, it'll slow down the lane a little bit? I'm gonna keep trying like this, but this could take a lot longer than I thought. I guarantee, like, after this level, everything else will be fucking easy for a while. Okay, that was the worst possible sun placement, too. So I almost am just willing to let it die. What can I put there? I could put a mine or I could put a piranha thing down. That's just way too cost ineffective, I guess. It's honestly just worth it to let them do that, especially when you get sun back. Like, what can I do? You put out the squash, but then the question becomes, what do you do after that? Like, how do I kill him now? That's not gonna kill him, so like, what's the point? If I could drop a mine at least, that would be good, like right next to them. But in fact, it wouldn't be good because even... like 2 rows in each is fine, but then why would you even want to put them on the lily pads? I don't know if that's really even worth worrying about. Now this should at least finish off the first one, and then the squash should be ready for the second one. That at least makes sense. So we'll let the bottom row get taken out early. You won't be able to lean on the lawnmowers as we go further, but maybe this could still be okay. At least put 2 rows of these out. This one is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. kill this guy. This probably won't be enough because it's so close anyway. You know, this is a perfect chance for a cherry bomb, but you could even use a squash on it. Feels like such a waste. How do you deal with concurrent back-to-back waves of football guys? Like, how do you do it? You just don't have enough resources for them. It's so insane. I should use the walnuts on them more effectively. Like, put this down. Buy yourself time for the cooldown at least. Put the piranha plants here. Put this down. So now the gourd is going to have to take out this guy, which it probably won't be able to. As we've seen, they have a lot more health than I ever give them credit for. The piranhas don't do anything really through that. In fact, if anything, they'll body block for somebody else. So if there's a newspaper guy next to him, he'll just keep munching at the fucking football guy instead and not even take out the right guy. Put another piranha thing down. It just feels like I'm not able to keep up with the pace of this. That's still not enough, of course. Like, why would it be? I'm gonna put the lily pad out. You could maybe do that. Doesn't seem like it's really worth it, but this is the kind of thing where if you can get the AoE effect to blow them up, that's good. Now a huge wave is approaching, which is wonderful because I don't fucking have anything out. So this could help a little bit. My cooldowns aren't even up, so we only have 8 sun, but that still is sometimes enough if you can actually do it right. It's like you can't even think that the shooters are gonna work for you. Okay, let this guy get blown up, and then use the cherry bomb as well. And then use a mine that maybe wasn't the best placement of it either. This one is gonna get pretty tough as well. You just panic with the footballers because there's not much you can do about them. Huh. I really don't know. This halfway point completely destroys you. Maybe I'm wrong for doing these double shooters. I'll have to reassess. Yeah, maybe it's too expensive and I can't get enough of them out there, and I'll try the single shooters. This is kind of a crazy fucking level. Alright, so do this one. Do the regular shooters. I shouldn't completely abandon the idea of using them. But then you might end up needing both, right? If you do last long enough. So what could I get rid of? You need all the single target things. Maybe it doesn't matter, yeah. You have enough space, theoretically. Then you won't have to be so sun greedy either. I'm so used to doing what I was doing at night. Now I can use a piranha in this guy. I don't even mind it. Well, maybe I do, but just kind of got lucky with the initial placement. You can do one of these, but then I'm not sure what I'm going to do about the other one. I'm not really too sure what to do with this front lane. We can just keep putting those down one by one, honestly. Or it'll digest it by the time that becomes relevant. It seems like a waste to use a mine on just a regular zombie like that, but it's okay, I guess. So now, is that going to be enough? The main reason for the double shooter isn't even for the increased damage. It's really more so just for the spacing, which maybe isn't as much of an issue as I think. So it was enough for that. Huh. Who would think that the double shooters are better at night than they are in the day to use? Because you have less sun available there. That doesn't even hardly make any sense, but okay. This maybe gives you a bit more flexibility. I'm not really too sure. Or you're more so focused on just spamming stuff like this. Is he really going to get through that? He's not. At least now we have more shooters out available. So now towards the end of it, it might be a case of you want the double shooters by then, but at least I can get to this point. It actually makes a lot of sense for the water too, so you don't have to overcommit to it. Okay, we can put a walnut somewhere. I typically like to put them in the top rows like that. Put the thing here. Put a double shooter here, or a second one at least. So now I'm gonna have to use like the cherry bomb, or I'm gonna have to let the mine take care of it. Maybe put this there instead. Put this one here. Huh. Who would have thought? It was my underestimation of the single shooter that really did me in. I'm kind of confused by this guy as well. So now we need to do, let's say, the cherry bomb there, which was a very bad idea because now the football guy's getting through. Yeah, but who would think that the... Man. It's just not strong enough, ends up being the problem. But then I guess at least it synergizes with my strategy of giving up lanes so much. At least you don't have to worry about remaking them as much. And you don't need nearly as many sunflowers either. The water is hard to say like what you should really commit to it. So you can recover from that clusterfuck easier. Now remember, that wasn't the big wave. That was literally just the fucking nothing. Like, that was the wave before the big wave. Like, how bullshit can that be? Blow this up. Do this one. And now they're all in the water too, which doesn't even make sense to me. Of course, the lawnmower isn't even going to save you there. Look at this. Well, look at this. If only somebody would come out and trigger the bomb. Not sure what to do with this fourth row either. Double stack this. Maybe if we can stall enough for the cherry bomb. Or, you know what could actually work is if you just put this down. How many would it kill as a limit, I wonder? Wait, what even happened? Oh, I think I did it without even realizing it. So yeah, that can be used as an AoE, at least for the same lane. It's basically a single lane cherry bomb, but it still has even less range in that capacity. Pretty terrible thing there, but that's fine. You have to just be willing to let stuff die constantly, which is why putting down these cheaper ones could actually be good. You need a piranha here to take care of the other thing, the newspaper guy. So that's good timing right as soon as the other one dies. So the gourd hopefully would be enough to deal with this, but it's probably not. It is, thankfully. Put down one of these. Now, getting a little bit of sun starve too. Somehow this at least seemed to go better though. Somehow. I can't even explain why, but at least you're able to keep stuff in those lanes a little better. Will it actually kill that? I would have liked to have put a piranha there, but I guess I can't afford to do it. You're just so focused on putting down these stupid, it won't even kill both of these together. Or maybe it will, because they'll stack up on the same spot. So this level is basically fucking impossible. I never knew it. The double shooters aren't really even going to be what save you. Like, look at what we have on the screen right now. What could I... I'm not even seeing who's getting through either sometimes, but obviously you're just letting the lanes die at that point. Why is this so fucking hard? Okay, try again. So we'll try even something different than what I was doing. Maybe the ice thing to slow down some of the lanes. I'll use only the ice ones. How about that? You should always be willing to experiment. There's the second lane that we can let die early. I think that is a viable idea because, again, killing those takes so much commitment. The squash doesn't one-shot them, so it's not like, oh my goodness, that's like their hard counter. It's at least cost-effective, and you can do them a little bit more often, but... Put down a mine there, just because I can. If we put down the ice ones, maybe that would help. And it does kind of work as an AoE, right? But it's only like in the immediate, like it won't only hit this one, but it also won't affect the whole lane. So I'm only going to use the ice ones, which is pretty inefficient, but maybe it'll do something that I don't realize. It'll buy me time with the cooldowns at least. And it'll kind of counter those a bit too. You certainly don't want to waste your resource on those, but I guess I will. And the cooldown is nothing to worry about either. Put this down. So you just got to be willing to experiment. Dare to innovate with these fucking weird ass combinations of stuff. And of course I don't have room for another type of plant. Put this down as well. I think I missed a little bit of sun there. So yeah, surely this is going to... I mean, it will slow down the footballers too. That might give you a little bit more time to work with. Like if the mine didn't have a million-year cooldown, it might actually have done something for me there. Put this one down. Or you could almost manipulate, like make one lane slow and the other one not slow, so that they reach the same spot at the same time, somehow. I end up still having to do that, so I don't really get it. That's not enough to kill it, but it, again, since this is so cooldown based, this maybe makes a little bit of sense, actually. Right, like ordinarily I wouldn't have been able to deal with that one at all. Huh. Now we'll see if maybe this works. So my obsession with sticking with the double shooter is gonna be something that makes me look really stupid in retrospect. You have to be very flexible. Start to put these down. Now, this guy you can just eat right up. So even the newspaper guys won't be nearly as deadly if they're slowed down, I suppose. I'd like to use a piranha on this guy and not waste the other things. So you want to start to put a lot more of them out, though, too, still. So you can do this, and then we'll get another one probably in the time that he... Well, actually, I probably won't, but... Put another one here. I'm not entirely sure about this, but again, it's just spacing stuff out between the cooldowns. But then when you get overrun by these big ass waves, it might not matter as much. Put the walnut here. This piranha plant doesn't make a ton of sense, I will acknowledge. Put the mine here. We want to still keep putting out more of these though, there's no question about it. Just put like 4 in each row even. Put this one down. Put one here, may as well since he's under attack. So now, for the next phase though, you might still want some of the double shooters, but you can't fit this many fucking plants into your repertoire. Put this one here. So the mines here are going to be very helpful. This will also slow down the ones in the water, obviously. They should just die of hypothermia because they're fucking freezing in there. So this you're still going to need. And so you're looking at it like, put the mine down again, and it might trigger in time. You put a couple more in the water, I guess, just because. You could just put down the piranha there. If it ate the right one, that would be excellent. This bomb will take care of it, though. Or maybe not. Okay, that... Oh, it slows down their attack speed, of course, too, so... Slows down their movement speed and their attack speed, not just one or the other. You wouldn't really even want to do this, though, because... So it does kind of neutralize some of the ones that rely on speed so much. You're going to put down the mine, and you could almost put down a walnut here. May as well just do it. Now, why aren't these guys frozen? What happened there? What happened? Maybe one of them was blocking? Wait, what happened with this guy? What happened? Not that big of a deal, but that seemed to break the laws of how the game actually works. Now I can't deal with the bottom one either. I mean, it worked to an extent, right? But at this point, I'm gonna get absolutely fucking destroyed. So I don't know what happened. So I'll let those 2 lanes just go at the bottom. I don't care. Put this one down. Put this one down. At least that's like a strategic sack that you can kind of live with. Put this one out. Definitely don't let the top get fucked then. Put one of these out. We have got plenty of sun back. A little bit of a sun rebate. Now the top one gets taken too. I just can't even believe what I'm looking at this level. What is happening? See, like, it has its limits with maybe the range of it. Like, it's only hitting some of them. Now the mines won't even be as effective up top. Still a bit more sun efficient somehow, but it definitely does a good job in the water. I will acknowledge that. But I need... I don't know. You just put that out there early, even though it's probably not the greatest idea. I could put a walnut here, which I kind of feel like I have to now. Kill something big there. Oh, I thought there was a grave there. I probably... I guess it's okay, but... These guys will be a lot slower, so maybe you can afford to just keep putting it down right in their face. A little bit confused about some of these rows. Put down the gourd. At least, again, it buys you some time. Put down maybe another one of these. Put down this one. This guy's going to make it through. Put down a couple ice ones. Definitely earned a bit of respect from the effect at least, though, even though I'm probably still going to fucking die here. Because the only lawnmowers we have left are the stupid ones in the middle, which are the least effective. Please just give me the fucking shop, though, at some point here. Okay. Gotta use these very strategically. Put one there. Put this one down. The cherry bomb could be very helpful. Actually, that's not a very threatening final wave, though, all things considered. Like, this is just like a regular wave. What do you mean, final wave, dude? What kind of a final wave is that? I was doubting my whole strategy just based on that alone. Put down this. I wouldn't even want to use the cherry bomb there necessarily. So the ice ones are actually pretty clutch there. I'm waiting for the fucking newspaper guy to trigger. He just won't do it. Oh, I guess... Wait, how did he die through that without me even noticing that he transformed? Okay, that one you get kind of bailed out by the fact that the last wave is a pussy. That was a joke of a last wave. If it was anywhere near the middle one, I wouldn't have been able to deal with it. So now we've been won over by the ice thing. Those can be okay, but I'm not sure. They're so expensive, right? Like, I'll do it basically the same way. Now this one should be much easier because you don't have to imagine dealing with these guys instead of the football guys. Like, are you fucking joking? That is in fact, it's not showing the newspaper ones either. So what kind of an absolute paradise joke is this one gonna be? What would be the other thing I could do? I'm not sure that you would even necessarily need the ice one. What's gonna happen is they're able to come up like wherever they want. That was obviously a mistake. I didn't mean to do that. What the fuck? Never do that before you do the sun, for fuck's sake. But I guess the emphasis is gonna be more on the water regardless. Oh, that means you can't even hit them. Unless they're like coming up. So what would I do with that? It depends really how many of them we have to deal with. You can deal with the ice one here. At least, again, they're not going to mix in the harder enemy types with this just quite yet. So you can put out lily pads just to bait them out. And while they chew on those, you can kill them with something maybe. Put this one down. Put this one down. Maybe that's a better spacing for the lily pads in the sense that you're able to... Now, is that really going to be effective enough to kill it just because it slows it down? Maybe put it here. Why does it seem like this guy's moving so fast? compared to the rest. Maybe not. It should still spawn in time. So maybe I'll be less sun concerned and just do it like this. It still did a pretty good job, all things considered, considering how close he was. And again, the rate at which they attack should be a lot slower too. Still a waste, but what can I do? Put down the mine. It just makes everything better because of the cooldown aspect of it. So after the first snorkel one, he came out at the beginning just to introduce the mechanic, and now he's nowhere to be found. This one is much more comfortable at least, but it will have two different phases. They're gonna fuck me in the water, there's no question about that. So just putting down a ton of lily pads period could be a good strategy. Just spam lily pads. They have to get through all of them, even if there's nothing on them, right? Just the mere presence of it alone could be good. Put another one here. Now that level stands out though. That was fucking insane. With the football guys, with the newspaper guys, all just combined. That was ridiculous. Maybe I can put a little bit more sun there. Gotta watch out for these stupid snorkel guys, so... I mean, putting the walnuts, in fact, kind of counters them. Because all you're gonna have to worry about is they'll come up at that point. You don't really have to waste that on there, but you can. Maybe put this out. Put another mine here. Put as many lily pads as you damn well please. Okay, what do we want to do now? We put a double take here. We want to double on the bottom as well. Sun is not really the issue, I wouldn't say. They can survive though, poking their head up to kill that. Put this one here. Put this one here. Now we do have the cherry bomb for any kind of well-placed take that we want to do. Who would have thought the ice ones are this good? I definitely don't remember using them like this much. Put it there even. I don't really expect him to get there, but maybe he will. The witch row still needs 2. This one still needs 2. You can keep replenishing the walnuts. It's not like those guys are very strong. They just, you know, you have to force them to come up. I'll put even a third one in there since this row in the water is being so... See, look how much easier and more comfortable this one is. I say that, but we're about to be faced with 2 big waves. Or maybe the big wave comes before the final wave sometimes. So that's why the final wave seems like such a pussy thing. Put another mine here, because why not? These don't feel as expensive as what they are. Like, I'm able to put them out so comfortably. So I've definitely understood the value of the ice ones. I can't... See, there are these learning moments. I kept discrediting and discounting the ice one, but now I might need it going forward, so now they've earned my respect. So now, on the roof and stuff, when I doubt all my strategy most, they'll come out in the clutch and I'll be like, oh yeah, remember the last time I struggled and the ice thing saved me? So that's the beauty of it, is it teaches you these kind of tough lessons, not to discriminate against ice flowers just because they're so expensive and weak. The effect is a lot better than even as many times as I've beaten the game originally and as many times as I, you know, or the time that I played the hard mode before, right? I don't remember using them that much. But theoretically, when you have the ability to, with more seed slots, you can at least fit in one of them into the rotation. So I guess in that sense it's fine. We can replace the walnut here, right, as soon as he destroys it, which he might not even be able to do because he sucks just that badly. In fact, by that logic, I'll just put it in front of it just so the cooldown doesn't become an issue. Actually going to one-shot the level after struggling on that last one so much. So now, because sun is not an issue, we can start to get 4 in each of these rows. We have like 5 in here. You would think that should be enough, but never get too lax with this. You want 4. Maybe I can just cherry bomb something. Make sure the water is covered, or at least we could double walnut each of these. So these are both on the threshold of dying, though. I don't know if getting rid of the sun, though, is really prudent, but at some point... Yeah, you can't put it on the lily pad. I thought so. Because, of course, all this other stuff makes perfect logical sense. We're getting close, and we have the lawnmowers intact too. So as long, this is the kind of level where walnuts are very important because of the water, those little snorkel guys. We'll stack this up instead of that because these two are about to die anyway. But I guess there's no reason to remove them, right? They'll still play a role. You can put down the mine again and again. You might think that's not enough distance, but it actually will be because of the ice thing. May as well just use that sucker. I'm still in the mindset of dealing with these stronger units, but it just kind of sinks them to the bottom of the ocean there. So level 3-2 is one of the hardest in the game. Level 3-3 is a joke, like most of these. That is so bizarre. So, I mean, I'm sure we're going to be seeing some of that in the later levels too, but the ice is actually what helped me deal with it more than anything. So the point is you don't have to put this many ice ones. The effect doesn't really stack or anything, right? It's just a question of, even if the lily pad's gone, he can still jump up like that. The reason why the effect is good is because you just need one of them. So we need like a 9 seed slot, so we can put this rotation plus another double shooter or a single shooter. And so the real point of it is, there's a lot of fucking shit in the water here. Probably should have hit it so that that row would have been hit too. Yeah, the cherry bombs are just too good. Like, nobody can question the use of that. There's no way you can do this without those in every single level. Right, like, there was a period where I was using the piranha plant instead of it because I thought that would be better, but it depends really what you're going up against. Now, the problem with these is the space constrainment too. So you put one of them in there and then the rest can be double shooters. So if we get that shop finally, I feel like we just might have bugged the game out where the shop just isn't there. Like, how could you get to the shop this late? It doesn't even make sense. That one I'm probably not going to worry about. But there are times where it could be good. It's just way too specific. You could just, by the same logic, you could just, as a one-shot mechanic, you would just put a lily pad and then put this down. So why would you have to worry about this? Maybe the cooldown is just shorter, but I'm not really going to worry about it. So I'm going to commit to the ice thing the same way that we've been doing. Now we're going to get too stuck on the ice thing and fail to do other things. But, you know, you want the flexibility of being able to use this anywhere. Just like the plants that only work at night. Like where you can use the seed for them, sure. So is it really worth it to... I mean, it's showing you like the perfect example of using the aquatic plant, but... Can I maybe figure this out? The problem is they go so fast there. But no, I'm going to show you my example of what you could do instead. Sun just feels like so comfortable for now, so I don't have to worry about it. I might even have to do that AoE there early, which is unfortunate, but if we can just get the sun off and rolling, I should be in good shape. Put the ice one down here. The piranha plants are too expensive. That's kind of the problem with those. Like, I just spent 75 to get rid of a single unit, but it's still way better than 150 to... And then I would have still had to put 25 to put the lily pad down, too. It almost feels like one row of sun would be enough. Now, these guys can be fucking annoying. But it just means you have to put something down to sort of block for them. Which apparently he just walks right through, which my placement there was actually pretty correct. I don't know what happened there. I'll just... Here's where you just panic and waste a bunch of shit. So we'll put a little bit more here going towards the lily pad. This is the one weakness of the ice stuff, is that it's just so weak, right? Like, you're not going to be able to actually kill stuff with it. It just slows it down once you have a lot. And it seems silly to only have that, but, you know, to some extent, you have to do that. Let this guy get stuck there. Hopefully it does trigger in time. You could just eat them, too. But they seem to have this immunity to everything. Just like... That is an interesting mechanic there. Where they just phase right through it. They didn't jump over it. It just didn't affect him. Which is very fun and very cool. Let's put this here. Now we'll put another ice one up on the top row. This should be okay. It should be able to kill in that much time just because of how fast it can be. Or, I mean, how slow it can be. I'm not sure what happened here. I just did that in a panic. I'm a little bit confused by it. He just snuck right by. I do want some of these ice ones on the bottom area. So I could use the squash on this guy whenever I feel like. And then I can... Oh. That is very odd, very confusing. And we can eat this guy. Of course, my positioning is abysmal as always. Feels like I have the comfort zone to be able to do stuff like that, but I still screw it up. That is the most disastrous sequence that you've ever seen in this game, ever played by anyone. Where like I fucked 5 things up. But see how easy it is? We can still do it. Put this behind. Definitely want some of this ice stuff here. And the amount of sun that they give you from this is pretty nice. But I guess that's the trade-off for how many enemies there are. Like, oh, the normal game doesn't give you that much sun. But it only doesn't because you're not facing like a million fucking enemies at every turn. Is he gonna get through that? No, he's not. But I can't click. But you have the... Yeah, the ice suits me perfectly because I'm so slow too. Right, with everything. So I like to take my time. It's a philosophical choice now that we realize it. That's why I'm not good at RTS games in general. But this ends up being like a little bit more strategic. Well, not really more, but it focuses more on that than speed of making decisions. It's more so about making the right decisions under pressure still. And so now we go here. So you could let a mine pop here, first of all. Put another one of these, put another one of these. We have very little shooters actually out, though. I was waiting for the thing to pop, but I guess it just won't. So I'll do that instead. Using them in or around the water is obviously the way to go. The same goes for just using the mines in general. Because they can't hop the mines, though. That's one thing that definitely comes into play. What? Oh, I thought they couldn't do that. Never mind. I didn't really even have to do that, but I just kind of panicked. Let him eat that through there, which is something... I guess at first I assumed they couldn't do that. When I played the game originally, I thought the whole point was that they weren't... They're not smart enough to obviously eat the lily pad out from under, like the walnuts. So this works. And you would think there'd be a weight issue with that too. Like, you can't put the walnuts or the tall nuts on the lily pad because they're too heavy, obviously, but they're not. I need a couple more of these shooters, I feel like, going forward to... in the middle, especially. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This piranha, for example, isn't going to do anything for me, so... You got a triple, you got a triple. So I need a triple in the top 2, perhaps. That's a pretty good use of it, I think, there. Take care of this guy before he takes out the mine. Pretty good. Go ahead and get a third one. Go ahead and put a walnut in the water. That's a good... So I went from saying that you should never do walnuts in the water to you should always do them because... Whatever. Man, that level was pretty special, though. Alright, so we got to go through and do the mine. We can get rid of this too, although maybe it's okay to leave it there. So you definitely want more in this row as well. It's amazing how little sun I have and how I can get away with that. It doesn't really seem like something you could do. Put a second one there at least. So now which other rows do I want to put more of them in here? I suppose... Why is this guy immune to the ice? I guess the newspaper blocks for him? That doesn't really seem right. It seems like he's already a bit agitated, but he's not in his final form. What else can I do? Oh, these guys are breaking through. This is okay even if you put it behind, because it'll still sink them. So this one's under a little bit of duress here, for sure. This will just snatch him up as soon as he comes up. Put this here. We kind of want to put one with the walnut coming up. These graves are what are going to actually do me in. Because think about how early it is on in there. That could be trouble. I didn't realize I was getting in too much of a comfort zone, I guess. I can't even do this because... Because then he would have exploded into his crazy mode. Use that. Use the thing here. Good placement. Do this. I honestly might have to do that. I don't even know what happened with this. You can use the piranha thing as soon as he lets that trigger. Put a mine there just to take up space so the graves don't completely fuck me over. That's kind of where I'm at now. And I have enough sun to be able to do it. We have 5 in this row. Maybe I overcommitted a little bit. Good thing the graves can't come out of the water. Or even if they did, they'd be at the bottom, so it wouldn't fucking matter. Be a great time for a cherry bomb. I'm not sure how this exactly happened. Use the piranha plants a little bit. They vaulted it, but they're so slow that it ends up being okay. I don't think this one's gonna matter as much, but imagine if a grave just pops up right there. Put a third one here. We'll put another one in here. He's still gonna get through, isn't he? Even after all that. You can just do this. I'm not worried about it. I no longer fear the newspaper guys, but only because they're not accompanied by the football guys. That's a heck of a combination. Put the walnut down. The mines aren't being as effective now because I have less space to put them in because the graves are... What the fuck is going on up here anyway? Oh, this will work. Oh! That's what's going to do me in. So I might have to get rid of the sun at least to compensate for that. Which, generally speaking, hasn't been that big of an issue, but still. Look at this top row got kind of just decimated. I'm a little bit confused about it, but let's see. He's going to get through here if I don't do something about it. A little bit too spread out for even that to be effective. Put this here, put the thing there. Oh man, I got kind of lulled into too much of a comfort zone in this level. Kind of like the old Iron King effect, where like after I beat the Smelter Demon, that last level was the Smelter Demon. This level is the old Iron King. But you still have to be on guard. Put more of the shooters down. You can put it maybe here. Have to make sure you squash this guy right away though. And that didn't actually even work. Wait, what's happening? What's going on with this top row, dude? They're strategically targeting it because this is obviously... Oh my god. Oh my god. Use the cherry bomb and the squash. Thankfully he has that one little delay at the beginning at least. Oh, that top row took so much of my attention. Have to put down the lily pads. This is where you get in really tough territory. 3, 3. This is kind of tough, dude. So we'll put this one out. We'll put this one out. Not really going to be enough even. You just replant that as soon as it happens. Pretty bad situation to be in, honestly. Do this. Try to protect the row as much as possible. Need another lily pad. You will eat it from behind. Gotta let that thing pop. I fucked up. Okay, take away what little sun I have here. So the graves are what are sort of a new, not really a new mechanic, but for it being such a big issue here, is a little bit tricky, for sure. Put another one of these out. I almost want to put another one behind and just sort of... Okay, this is going to be a little bit problematic on the bottom here, I can just tell. Put another lily pad, put another ice thing. He's going to jump right into the fucking thing, too. Well, just because of how much sun they're giving me, maybe I don't have to worry as much, but... We're letting some of these get triggered. Let this thing blow up. Yeah, who needs sunflowers when you can just completely obliterate these guys? Jesus Christ, man. They put a mine. Final wave. It's too bad. I don't know if I can... Let's see, let's see. Put down a bunch of random shit. Put down this. This guy's gonna... okay, there's a lawnmower in this row, so I don't even have to worry about it. That's a good thing, the protection that you have. So this one I have to worry about, though. Something's gonna blow up. Somebody's gonna blow up this. Should have a cherry bomb for this middle if it ever comes off cooldown. You got a walnut? You got anything, dude? Anything? I don't know why I did that. You have a lawnmower there, but it's not actually gonna do anything. I mean, that's kind of the problem with it. Put this down. A little dicey at the end, but that one wasn't too bad still. Put this down. You look at the grave placement. That's pretty unfair. It's like for every X amount of plants that they eat, they have the ability to place down one of those. So you have to... that would be a good punishment mechanic, right? I think that is the shop at long, long last. So maybe we can get a 9th slot already. That would be quite good. Now you can visit Crazy Dave's shop. Really? They make you wait this long. You know what that means? Open for business. 9 slots is 20,000, so I don't have nearly enough, but that's okay. This makes a repeater into a Gatling peas. Shoot 4 peas at a time. So that means you can make a double shooter or a quadruple shooter. But again, how much are we really going to be using those? This could conserve space. This is really the one that you want right now. Pool cleaners add an extra line of defense. So this means that it's not even extra, it just makes the lawnmower actually useful in the water. And an extra line, it doesn't make it very clear that that's what they're going to do. But the garden rake takes out the first, or maybe it doesn't even do that. But I feel like it works as a lawnmower in the water, basically. Garden rake takes out the first zombie that steps on it, lasts for 3 levels. That's some kind of like pay-to-win bullshit mechanic that I don't like to use. Right? It feels like it changes the way the game fundamentally works. It's not a permanent thing. Whatever. So we'll save our shit. I don't know which of these I really want. I would almost want to save for the 9th slot. Funny thing about the zombie process, sometimes it makes them come out real little. And I mean real mean. Defend your shins. What does that mean? Oh, I don't remember this. Oh, this must be like a bowling one or whatever. Stupid easy one. So I guess we can get a feel for... now, does that mean they're weaker, or... what? I don't think it actually does. Oh, no, it must, because... what, are we only going to get the cherry bombs here? So, of course, this makes it really hard, because if you don't get offered the lily pad, you could get screwed. Or you could kill them just adjacent. Like... you won't be able to... maybe it'll give you 0 lily pads the whole time and just cuck you. Maybe I'll let that thing trigger because I am curious to just see it. Like what it even does. Put this here. So every row has one. Kind of an interesting concept for a level if you were to cuck me with the lily pads that badly. So it does actually work that way, which is awesome. Maybe it can get eaten though because it takes a second to digest them like that. To use this just to even plant cherry bombs every time. They seem a bit weaker, but maybe not that much weaker than their normal counterparts. Very good placement there. It's these lone ones that can be sometimes so annoying. Maybe put that a little ways back then. We'll just let them sit there and chill for a little bit in the water. Kind of a slow moment here. In fact, I'm most worried about the water, probably. Just because the lily pads are so hard to come by, they can be quite valuable, honestly. Put a double row in the bottom. Sometimes you just have to put stuff down just for the sake of it, but then again, it's not like you're waiting for cooldowns here. So we'll stack up the bottom row because we're neglecting it from the walnut side. Put this here. This guy has just been sitting there chilling, munching all day. Maybe I could have staggered that a little bit. We do have quite a few of these, though. These fucking gravestones, dude. Even in a level where you don't have the ability to plant stuff, what do you expect me to do with that? It seems like the radius should affect them a little better, maybe because of... I don't know. We're already past the halfway point. We can put down a whole bunch of lily pads, but I'm not really committing enough stuff to them anyway. kind of an inefficient use there. I could have maybe gotten something a little better. It looks so silly how they run so fast there in this form. I don't really remember this level at all. I'm sure they'll incorporate mechanics like this in the puzzle stuff or the endless mode category, right? I forget when you unlock that. I don't think you have to beat the game to do it, because I was doing them even in the other playthrough where I hadn't beaten the game, obviously. So I'm not actually sure what that's about. Go ahead and do this. It's a little bit tricky, but of course we do have the other thing in reserve. Take out those 2 lanes. Put this here, put a third one there. I'm kind of neglecting the water a little bit. We might have to let this die, but actually we don't, because if there were ordinary footballers, then you would. It'll take this guy like a year to get through that, as we saw with the other guy. So you have the lawnmowers intact, you have cherry bombs. There's nothing that could really go wrong here, no matter how bad you are. Unless one came out like right behind there. The cherry bombs are almost too good sometimes, dude. Not only the amount of damage, but the radius. You can take out 3 rows, right, of like metal cap guys at once. It's just way too good. The footballers almost make it feel a bit less effective that way. I don't know what even killed him. That guy just died by me like just clicking on it with thin air. Okay, this is an AoE for a single row, which I still feel like the cherry bomb is better, but this can sometimes be good. It almost seems like it'll force you to use the mechanic when you get there, but what if I just don't? Because I think the cooldown is super long too. You have to make a decision at least. Maybe I won't need the cherry. I'm gonna try to be a bit of a renegade and avoid using what they're trying to tell me to use. Use the ice thing. Use this. Use this. And then we have 1 extra slot. So I guess I'll just do like a double shooter instead. But yeah, I love these secondary things that you can buy from the shop. Those are going to come into play later. So let's see how that works. You hear him revving up his engine. So what they do is they flatten all your plants instantly too. So they can be very scary. Oh wait, maybe the icing prevents you from planting on it too. So maybe I can't just let him have the row like I was thinking. Wait a second, how long does that last? I don't remember that aspect of it. This won't even matter. Oh, maybe you really do have to do that. You would think the explosion would at least clear it up. You would think there's not going to be that many of them. At least if they come from the same row, it's okay. So basically I have to deal with them with stuff like this, which is actually doable. I love all these different mechanics. I completely forgot about these guys too. Put that in front there. Go ahead and put some ice stuff out. The double shooters maybe weren't even the most necessary thing, but maybe it makes them go faster too as they walk on it. That's the biggest threat. It's not even like them crushing your plants. It's them preventing you from planting stuff in the first place for a while. You do a double shooter there. Now we got to save these single target kills for other stuff, but maybe for now it's okay. The one thing I don't have is the piranha thing that I normally do. He somehow survived that. You can put down the mine and it might work for him. I might not have another choice, in fact. Or it will work, it's just that he'll clear through so much of my shit in the meantime. But again, these levels tend to be easier when it's just introducing like a mechanic. We have everything taken care of except for the water now. We should probably figure a way to deal with that. It's not that big of a deal because you typically don't plant stuff in that deep anyway, but it's just kind of scary. So you can slow his ass down, put another one here, put a mine out. Oh, I didn't even see what's happening here. It didn't show me this new enemy type on this screen, did it? What is so special about them anyway? They'd only be good if they were in the water, I think. What is this about? They just look like regular zombies anyway. Thankfully it blows up even in the radius of the little... Fuck it, just commit to the water. Do this guy. It blows up even in the radius if it just hits the truck or whatever. How is this guy getting through like a million miles here, by the way. I guess I can let the thing trigger. I just wasn't intending on having that happen. Even the top row is getting a little bit confusing. We'll go ahead and put this here. I guess I'll just let him go because I don't know what happened there. Put this here. Of course, again, he'll flatten that in one shot, so you can't let him do that. Go ahead and put that out. We don't even have a ton of sun, really. Go ahead and put a double shooter out. You probably shouldn't put it out that deep, though. You gotta watch these middle rows. Always good to put a walnut on them, at least. So what you really have to do now, too, is you have to make sure that you protect this lane. Maybe bad idea there. I should have... Fine, I'll let that one die. And then I'll put this here. And then I do have the ability to cherry bomb something here. I'm assuming there's a grave there, or I couldn't... Oh, no, it's not that. You can't put stuff under them because they have the... Oh, shit. What is this, dude? Oh, I didn't have to panic for that one, though. I mean, it's not that you can't kill them normally. It's just hard to, I suppose. This could really fuck me over unless the mine saves me. Yeah, maybe it wasn't the best idea to go in without the jalapeno thing. Maybe it's not even just for that. It's the fact that you get like the equivalent of a second cherry bomb, effectively. Use the squash on this one here if he ever fucking comes up with it. Do it, do it, do it. Because now this combined with the ice combined with the fucking... Oh, shit. The ice combined with that is super annoying because it's going to be a case where he just runs it over and consumes it before it even happens, I bet. Oh my god. It just gives you another explosive one-shot mechanic. Never mind the fact that it's useful on this particular level. Okay, this is getting beat on pretty hard. We could certainly use it there. These guys are kind of confusing. Go ahead and do a mine if I can. Might have to sack some of these rows. Okay, okay, dude. I might need to use a jalapeno. I get it. I get it. Contrived mechanic is contrived. I was trying to do it without that, but now I'm just going to get fucking decimated. Could let some of these rows die, I guess. I can't even do anything with this. Go ahead and do the squash to get rid of the truck guy up ahead. Put this here, maybe put another thing here. Even the bottom row like is gonna get destroyed by this. Obviously, imagine how easy this would have been if I just used the jalapeno. It's like I'm trying to make it super hard mode. Go ahead and put this out. That'll take care of everything though. Put down the sun. Again, the amount of sun that they're giving you for some of this stuff is pretty nice, but... Go ahead and put this down, but I obviously can't even... Holy shit. I can't even do that. Even putting down the mines is good for that purpose, but now this dude is going to clown me pretty hard. Put another one of these in the water. Good opportunity to use the lily pad for this. Take care of all of this shit. Put this here. I feel like I'm pretty sun rich from blowing all that shit up anyway, but we'll put a few more down, I guess. Why not? I didn't need to commit that hard to the water, I suppose, but put another one of these down back here. Get even more sun. I mean, it's almost over, so you almost don't even have to worry about it. How many of those trucks... I guess I overestimate how hard the last waves can be. Normally it's like that, but in this version it doesn't matter because you have the ability to... You're gonna get killed by the lawnmower anyway, dude. I kind of wasted the gourd, though. I literally just threw it out there naked for no reason. But I should have the cherry bomb to save me anyway. See, there's quite a bit of room for error in some of these levels. This one's going to get killed by the lawnmower, so the only one I have to worry about is the top one. Honestly, this guy. I think he's just going to die anyway, too. I didn't even have to waste it there because I already have the ability to have it get protected by the lawnmower. I thought I was actually going to fail and have to do it with the jalapeno. That was a hard mode version of a hard mode level where you don't even use the mechanical item that they expect you to use. Even in the original game, they expect you to use it, let alone here. This can pop their tires too, so they're giving you like 2 things to try to counter those. Now the jalapeno is important later because obviously, again, it gives you a second explosive option compared to the cherry bomb. This is good too, just as like a damage over time thing too. Like, you know, it's kind of like it'll hurt the zombies anyway. So now I'll use both of them. Fuck it. Not trying to prove anything with that respect. Like, you can do both of these. No. I'm overdoing it with that. I think I'm a little bit too obsessed with the ice stuff now, but these enemies aren't very strong anyway. Now it's going to be a bit tricky. You need the lily pad. It's like you got to choose one or the other. So forget about the jalapeno thing then. Or you could just do it instead of the cherry bomb, but the cherry bomb's way too good. Basically, if you just put them all here, he's not going to be able to drive through the fucking water, right? That would be the next level. Put this down. So yeah, you could put it down here, and it synergizes with the ice thing pretty well, actually, too. But you can't use it this early to try to kill stuff. You just have to use the mine, if I could. Use the mine, and maybe I could even use the gourd thing. And then I'll worry about whatever comes next. I guess I won't worry about the water too much, but it's kind of nice to at least have something out there. You can go ahead and use the ice thing here. I guess I could just do this, but you don't want to give him free time to munch on it just for nothing. I don't want to like beat this too quickly, so maybe I'll just do like 1 level a day from now. Like today I'll be level 3, then the next time will be level 4, and then the next time will be level 5. Mainly because of how long that level 3-2 took. I wasn't expecting that, but I'm okay with it, I guess. That was insane, dude. Like, look how I'm breezing through the rest of the level. That one was definitely an anomaly. Put this one here for the next guy. You never really regret putting out the walnuts in the water, I wouldn't say. Maybe we can do it with just 1 row of sun. Kind of a bad use of a cherry bomb, but whatever. Now we can test out the little break your tires thing. Putting it in a little bit too late though, too far. So nothing's even really come from the water this whole time. Does that cause it to blow everything else up too? That would be an even better benefit. But see, you might think, oh, that's only a lame mechanic because it just counters that one enemy type. But it's actually not like that at all. I remember using it later on for like damage over time. If you put one on like every single square, it'll pretty much kill everything by the time they walk through all of it, right? You can do all these kind of fun build things with it. So the mine's going to be good there. I definitely have to start worrying about the water a bit. Although maybe not. They're just kind of being super slow with it. I almost want to cherry bomb these just because there's so many, but maybe I didn't have to do that at all. Okay, now the water's going to come into play. Put down the mine, I guess. Put down the gourd, too. That was a bit of an overcommit panic moment. But yeah, what I should be doing is putting this down. And it also is good at kind of cock-blocking the... Because they can't eat it, right? So because they can't eat it, they're not going to get cock-blocked in the sense that... with the grave. So it counters the grave mechanic of this as well. I probably shouldn't put it that close to them, though, I will admit. Or does it consume them? Oh, okay. Even then, it's still worth it. Because, like, what's the alternative? You would use, like, a gourd thing or, one of your explosives, like a cherry bomb, to get rid of them anyway. So go ahead and put this, and then put this back, or whatever. Just put it there, because I don't want to wait for it all day. Are they really going to get through that? I guess there's multiple, so they probably will. It's amazing how few shooters you can get away with having even in this mode, let alone in the regular mode. Like, you have only 1 row of sun, only 1 row of... I don't know. I should probably not have just done that, but the cooldown's actually not that bad. Okay, this isn't too big of a deal. Put down another walnut right away, promptly. Go ahead, give me another mine there, too. This top row is a little bit questionable, for sure. It's really the car that I'm more worried about than the waves of zombies here. The problem is he'll eat up the mine too easily. Not literally eat it up, but in a different sense, because he's too fast. You maybe do it. Get all for 1. Do that. Put another lily pad out. Try to get all the sun. Not my favorite mechanic to have to click all that stuff, but I guess it's okay. It's not like it's even hard to do. It's just like, it's not really where the gameplay or the strategy is at, you know? Maybe don't let this guy go too far. The mine is there. Go ahead, put another one of these down. We gotta keep watching. Just make the lily pads just to buy time, I suppose. The walnuts are so perfect with countering the spelunker guys here. Put this out here. Keep going with the lily pads. Go ahead and reinforce this a bit. I'm a little bit confused how I let this get so bad. This one lane here. Almost to the point where I don't even need the sun. Fuck the sun. Or we can just relocate it, I guess. Okay, this seems to justify a cherry bomb as much as anything. And you'll get a fuck ton of thing for it anyway. So now I'm a little bit confused about this guy. I need a little bit of help up top. I'm kind of bad at tunnel visioning and being so slow there. There's other stuff I could have done in the meantime there. So put down the walnut here. I have like 1,000 fucking sun, dude. And some of it does get converted to money. So now money is actually relevant. So I wouldn't mind having a little fun and messing around with the puzzle modes too. Or like whatever they're called, the other bonus modes. So now what I need to do is maybe put this here. Uh-oh, this bottom row looks kind of ugly now. Gonna give him a chance to eat that again. Destroy all these. You should probably save them for these fuckers, but it not only destroys the vehicle, but it kills him, but it doesn't kill the other things at least. Go ahead, put this down, put this here. Blow these fuckers up at the top. Even though, oh shit, that could be a bad decision. But no, the mine is gonna kind of take care of this guy anyway. We have 3, 3, 2, 2. Whole bunch here. We'll put a few more in the water, I guess. Put this down. And then do we have something else? We can blow him up with this. No problem about it. Although we already have a thing there, so it doesn't matter. I'm just worried about the graves more than anything. That is gravely concerning to me. Which again gives you an incentive to put down the spikes and stuff. At least they can't pop out of the fucking water. That's the one good thing about it. Go ahead and grab the sun. Grab the stuff at the top. Grab the mine. It's amazing how sun-rich you can really be here because of this. Go ahead and put the spikes down because why not? You honestly put sun and stuff out there now because of how bullshit the mines can be. Keep replenishing stuff that gets eaten. Put another lily pad down. We have 2 more big waves, so this could actually be a little bit concerning. Like some of these mines are not super well placed, I will acknowledge. Even some of the sun I don't need. Go ahead and put this out. It's annoying when they just come out of the water in some place that is advanced though. Like they'll come up right in the middle of your shit and then you get screwed by it, right? That can be pretty tough to deal with. You have the cherry bomb ability and doing it in the water is probably one of the better things you could come up with. The problem is I can't even see some of this shit, but I certainly can't put this stuff down, like, but it is damage over time, so you can do it kind of anywhere that you want. So let this thing blow them up and then immediately put it down so a fucking thing doesn't come up on you. So that the thing doesn't come up. The grave. The bottom one, you got the spikes, you got the mine. Put another thing down, just spam stuff because it's going to be hard otherwise to do it. And it seems like we're doing enough damage now to kill these without even having to worry about using like a one-shot thing or a spike or whatever. Of course, we're just horribly misplaced with that. Put another spike. Oh my fucking god, that's what I said. Like, as soon as something gets destroyed, it doesn't even give you time to do that. Do that. That is so cheap, dude. Like, what am I supposed to do with this bottom one unless it just dies? We could put this down, I suppose. And then as soon as it gets consumed, we have to replenish it again. Holy shit. Now this is gonna kind of cuck me. Oh, that's so unfair, dude. That's so unfair. They're not letting me plant stuff though. That's not even right. It's one thing to just, oh my god. Put this down. That is so cheap, dude. I don't know what to do with that bottom row right now. I'm getting a little bit worried. We can cherry bomb this, except we can't. This is where you can use the water kind of to your advantage a little bit. I guess we'll let that bottom row go through. Like, I don't know. That is so insane that they combine these guys who decimate your front line with the graves that... Like, what? What is going on with that, dude? That is... So, dude, this mechanic... So the bottom one is going to get fucked over, for sure. We can just put this as an ultra safety protection at the end there. It's just like there's nowhere to hit these guys from. That's the thing that's hard to quantify here. He's going to get blown up. This thing we can put down a spike. These two are going to be pretty hard to deal with. We're still not on the last wave, so I don't know what to make of that. If we could just fit in a cherry bomb somewhere, that'd be good. That should blow up all those. You got to put stuff down right away. Otherwise, they're going to cuck you super hard with the fucking... Look at this level, dude. What is this shit? Just put a whole bunch of shit down, just because whatever. Put another one of these. You can't be too picky with what you put down because they're just going to swallow you with the graves, which is total bullshit, but that's just how this works. That bottom row is what I'm really concerned about because I don't know what I can even do with that. Oh, I didn't necessarily even have to do that. So what, he's going to decimate this row the same way. Is that what this is? You can't even slow them down with stuff like that. So the second row is going to get decimated in the same way. Pretty hard to imagine. I mean, we have the lawnmowers. So the bottom row is the only thing to think about. We have the two mines. You can just let them get through. Now you might say that's cheap to let the lawnmowers carry you like that, but it's actually not, because the fact that the lawnmowers are still alive is kind of, you know, you have to consider it a mechanical aspect of the game that you need to use, right? The fact that they're still there shows you that you played the level so well that you kind of deserve it. But those gravestones are such a fucking troll. I can't even hardly believe it. Let's just let this guy have his day and just run everything over. Or actually, let's not. Fuck it, dude. We still have some of the lawnmowers left, even after all that fucking madness. So we're almost done, actually. Level 3, 8, 3, 9, and then we have the little whack-a-mole thing, I suppose. This took a lot longer than I thought, but that level, basically the level 3, 2 is what did it. So what other plants are we even going to get? We're going to deal with the parachute guys now. So we're going to get the one that spins them out of the sky, I think. I remember those guys being pretty annoying sometimes, but not really. You get the cactuses too. So maybe that'll be the next two levels. We'll get the cactus and we'll get the spin. And then we'll have to deal with all this shit at night too. So I forget what kind of new night plants you get, but obviously stuff to do with the water a lot of the time. And obviously the lily pad you can just plant no matter what. Why is this guy taking an hour to kill? He's just been there with two guys pelting on him. Oh, we get a torchwood thing now, the fire bonus, which is... When do you get something that just shoots fire normally? Or do you never get that? This is obviously very exponential the more things that you have. Apparently we don't have the vehicles to worry about. So why don't we just go with like a very explosive build? Right, we have 3 explodey things, 4... I mean, I consider those explosive regardless, just because they're... So what am I missing here? The worst thing you want to do is go into a level missing something basic like sun or lily pads. Like, why would they even let you do this? I guess you could theoretically do it without lily pads, because you could put enough mines and bombs here where it blows up the other two by collateral area of effect. Kind of the worst placement of the sun, not even on the field, but in your own fucking inventory, where you just kind of like... Okay, so we can put a mine on the bottom. Put one of these down, and then... I don't fully know what to do with this guy, but I guess that's okay. Put down the sun again. So now that's like a PTSD sound for some people, the fucking... How fast these guys are. So he'll actually jump over something too. That's what makes him annoying. He's like the pole vault guy for the water. He looks back and fucking takes him out. So that's good. So you go ahead, you put another sun down. Sun hasn't really been an issue in a while, I must say. We get to test out this sexy little jalapeno thing, which I'm a big fan of, because it fills in the space of the what do you call it? We had one dolphin guy, but then other than that, everything's been pretty much tame. So that's good. I'm gonna put a little bit more sun down. Even 8 of them should be enough. This one has 2 big waves, one of which is at the end. If you want to preserve all this, you can put down these things all the time. At the very least, I'll have to jump over them. So what you can do with that is you can put a lily pad early. Put a lily pad like here, just so they jump over it. Assuming they're the first one in the set. Which they're pretty fast, so they probably will be. So you're not putting that to put anything on there. Oh, this could be... He's a little bit too deep. Maybe I didn't have to do that, but that's okay. Put this down and put another walnut there. You can start to stack up on these ones too. I do have explosives in case I really need them. You may as well use them just so you're using the cooldown, right? Make use of how long the cooldown is. So go ahead, put this one down, put this one down. So they're going to be completely useless once the dolphin is consumed by the act of them jumping. How barbaric. Like, at least the other guy uses a pole vault thing. But this guy literally consumes the existence of a dolphin somehow by jumping over it. Or I guess it just goes back down. So he's just borrowing it. Okay, here we go. Enough sun. I guess I could still put stuff back there, though, if I really want. Put a double shooter there. What else do we have? Nothing really too concerning here. Put another one here. Go ahead and deck out the water, because that's going to be what really does us in with those stupid dolphin guys. So now we're going to have a couple big waves coming in, so we better be ready. We'll put a mine out. We'll put another one of these. We'll put one of these here, which I normally advise against. You normally want to just put them on the lily pads themselves. Now we go here. We put another ice shooter here. This is just such an awesome one, though. You take a game that is so deep and so interesting, and you actually make the mechanics necessary instead of optional, because that's what it feels like so many of the things are. You don't have to really worry about the plants. You don't have to really worry about so many things. It's still, in the parlance of hard modes, it's probably considered easy, right, relative to a lot of other games, but it's not about how hard it is. It's about just fleshing out the mechanics in a way that the original game doesn't, and actually forcing you or encouraging you to use stuff that you had all along, but you never really had to use, because again, it's just so easy. So I don't like the hard modes that just are stupidly, like, oh, you can just take any game and multiply the enemy damage by 100 times and the health by 100 times, right? That doesn't necessarily constitute difficulty, says the guy who played fucking Luigi Mansion Super Hard Mode, where that's basically what it is about anyway. You can kind of stagger the placement of the lily pads a little bit like that. Go ahead and blow these suckers up. So you put like 2 walnuts back to back and then stagger like this. Go ahead and do this one on the bottom. It'll kill them even when they're behind. So that can be one of the great things about it. Go ahead and put this down. I hate these stupid ass gravestone things, dude. I hate them so much. That is one of the most troll cheese mechanics ever in this mode. It makes the endless mode almost impossible to do. Or you at least... Yeah, I think the first time I tried endless mode, I forgot about that they would keep cucking you with that, so then I didn't put in the grave remover, and so eventually I just lost because of that alone. Right, that is really an annoying aspect of it. Just put random shit there to take up space. That's honestly what it makes you end up having to do. Literally just put random stuff because you have the sun for it. Because if you don't do it, they're gonna grave cuck you hardcore. It seems dumb, but I guess I have so much sun that I can afford to do it. That is the meta strategy. Start to put stuff out just to die. Destroy all that stuff. Put another thing out there, but you can't because they'll immediately put something there. Literally putting out sunflowers to die just to avoid that simple fact. Trying to put something there for like an hour, but I can't click to save my life. Put maybe one of these somewhere. Honestly, that's where I'm at with these graves, because if I lose to one thing, it won't be anything else but that. Not the sheer number of enemies, not the water thing. And you think that, oh, they go easier for you, but easier on you because of the water, but they really don't. You can go ahead and blow this shit up. Obviously, the walnuts are good at just taking up space that way, but You have 3 walnuts in a row, so even if they jump over 1, they're not going to get very far. I really am annoyed by this stupid-ass grave stuff, and I think they can keep coming even further down your line. I don't know exactly how the mechanic works, to be honest, but you can just do this. Those 3 walnuts should hold, no question about it. Go ahead and put something down just while you think about what you really want to put down. Watch, I'll do this and a grave will come up. Like, it's so fucking troll. Put another one of these here. Put it, again, stagger it behind a lily pad, so if they jump over, they're going to jump over to their own detriment. I don't know why this wave is so hard to deal with. Like, what's going on with this? What is happening with that? I guess the cherry bomb wasn't the best decision there. But see, I have all 6 lawnmowers or equivalents intact. And so now even if I just go AFK, I'll still win because, you know, the final wave is going to be very easy to deal with. Some of these levels do go on super long, especially compared to the original game. Or maybe they don't, but it just feels like it because you actually have to, you know, do a lot more as it's happening. So we're going to do the whole thing without losing even a single lawnmower. The final waves are a little more wimpy than I thought. I thought they'd go all out with the final waves in this. But sometimes the middle waves are much more dangerous. Because again, every wave is kind of like a crazy wave, so this just feels like normal now. I feel like some of them later on do start to get ridiculous though. They'll throw like footballers and this and that at you too. Okay, so now I think we're gonna get introduced to the parachute guys. Oh, maybe not yet. Maybe you get introduced to those guys at night, which is kind of an interesting decision to make. Because there's not enough time to introduce them now. Okay, you have those stupid guys, so we can put the spikes. But we certainly put all this basic stuff. I don't even mind using those now, but it's kind of like you want to do one or the other. So that's good. Then we'll do both of these. The squash are really good to you for pretty much the whole playthrough, right? There's never a time where you really don't want to use them. I don't really know if I care to use the tall nuts. Like, why does it matter? Just because the guys can't jump over them? Like, it's fine. Just put something out to bait them, you know? Put out like a lily pad or put out like a anything, but put out a walnut to bait them. Like, fuck it, I'll put the sunflower out to bait them. That's meta. Now it's gonna get eaten, but so what? Like, well, it might be an overcommit, but fuck it. I'll show you how fucking stupid those enemies are. Put one of them here, put one of them like this, and then we'll still soak up sun from them for now, and we'll see what happens. They give you enough time early on. Now, if you get a dolphin guy early, it can be annoying, but just put out some lily pads super deep in there. Imagine if we keep these sunflowers alive for like the whole time. We haven't really had an issue with sun, so we don't have to put out a whole bunch of sunflowers, to be honest with you. Yeah, this makes me feel like playing Plants vs. Zombies 2 at some point, but I just don't know in what way exactly. Like, I really have to emulate a phone on a computer to do this? I'm that desperate to play a mobile game? At least Diablo Immortal they had ported. That's one thing I'll give them credit for, right? They had it ported day one, and it didn't work exactly perfectly, but it doesn't work perfectly even on its native console because it's a fucking phone game, am I right? That's not what I call proper functionality. So we go ahead and do... We could even do that, but it's feels a bit unnecessary. So yeah, clean up those extra little stupid sunflowers. So go ahead, put this out, put this here. The biggest thing we have to prepare for is the water. So this one has 4 waves. So this is really obviously the final level. So we better take this one pretty serious. Put this one up in front, but you want to put a lily pad in front of the front. Right, next level thinking. I'm not sure that I really care too much about the sun stuff, but we'll see. Got to stack these up. It's giving me a little bit of time and comfort zone here. So you got to really take advantage of it and do something good. So you go ahead, put it here, clean out those 2 bottom rows. And so now you're worried about these stupid okay, we squashed this guy. Go ahead, put this out here so when they jump over, you can do it just fine. Put this down, put this down. My clicking speed is certainly not exemplary either, but also part of that is just because I'm thinking of what to do. Which lane is the most threatening? Probably should do it in the water one here. Okay, so which one doesn't have an ice? They all have the ice. We can start to push this back a little bit. Worried about this one a little, but maybe I'll be able to put this down in the. I think that'll work even through it. So the piranhas and those things work, you know, past due diligence. He'll jump it and then eat this one, I suppose. Go ahead and put more ice stuff down. We got a double on both the top ones. We could justify blowing that up just again because we're on such a cooldown heavy track that you want to just get the cooldowns rotating as much as possible. Now we want to go ahead and put the ice guy down on the bottom if it ever comes up. I love these lulls of sun, right? You're getting sun constantly. You have so many sunflowers. You could have 2 rows, but then there's like a 5-second period where you just don't get any. I don't really feel like I need to do this, but I'll just do it anyway. Put this guy, funnel him in, put this out. You got to really use the lily pads as bait points for the idea of sort of bait them in such a way that they will jump over the lily pad itself. Okay, you need to make sure you get rid of this stupid guy here, if I could at some point. Give me sun, give me sun. Hello? Oh, there we go. I'm not even paying attention. It should also clean out the ice, so it counters those guys completely. Even if they somehow... Well, I guess if they get behind you, you wouldn't be able to, but... So this mine is going to be an important one for sure to trigger. So you want to go ahead and put the walnut back down, or maybe not. I don't really understand what's happening. This grave is way up in my business. Put this one here, put another walnut down, why not? We got to just put a bunch of stuff going forward because otherwise it's going to cost... Wait, what's happening here? We have the cherry bomb in reserve, so those are always good as a fail-safe opportunity. Kind of need another walnut here, though. See, the jalapeno's almost up, so we'll be able to deal with that anyway. Put this down as a bait point, like I always say. Very important. Or you could do the gourd, too. Maybe I'd wait a second extra. Save the thing for something else. Put this down as a triple. Put this down as a bait. Bait pad. Put this here as a secondary. Put this down just because I can. Clear out the ice. I can't believe what they're doing with these graves, though. The graves are an ultimate troll. Because there's nothing you can even really do. Like, what am I supposed to do? That is so annoying, actually. We got the cherry bomb coming up soon. I wonder if these other explosions clear out the ice. I guess you wouldn't be able to see it too well. If it does, because of... Man... How can I, amid all this other shit going on, I can worry about the ice stuff too? Are you kidding me? Or I mean the graves. So put out one of these. Just take up space at this point. I'm getting kind of annoyed by that more than anything. Put this down. This bomb should blow stuff up too. We need to worry about the gourd. I'll do the jalapeno just to deal with that if I have to, but I almost don't want to. These are on almost the same cooldown, so it's actually okay. Clear this shit out. Try to build up a little bit further. I can't believe it. I mean, it just it restricts your movement so much, dude. You want to plant one of these inside the water itself. Put one of these out. The bottom one. Oh, if you didn't pole vault that, it would have blown the other guys up too. That's really what you would have wanted. Need like the cherry bomb for this. This is a pretty dangerous group, just because of how many there really are. Put another one out. Put this out. Just stop them from throwing too many of the graves. Put this one down. Get them to jump it. Put down another walnut at some point here. Put this up. Okay, put. Okay, fine. I'm kind of running short on lily pads somehow, even though that should never be an issue. That mine didn't do anything for me. I'm getting a little bit nervous around these stupid ass. Holy shit. To wait for him to destroy this and then just immediately come back with this one. Put stuff out there right away. I don't even have the ability to put stuff out further though. Put some lily pads further back. This row looks very questionable. And we put it right in the middle of them. Blow them all up there. Go ahead and take this out. Need a whole bunch more of the lily pads. Go ahead and put this down. Put maybe... Put it here, put it there, actually. Because you're using that, again, just to bait them out sometimes. So as soon as that sunflower dies, we can put this down. Get rid of this guy, and then the jalapeno is a little bit late. Can we maybe delay them a little bit? Do it. Okay, now you go ahead and put some other stuff out further, going towards the edge of the map. Go here, go there, and then put a mine down there. Good strategic positioning. Is he going to actually get through that icing? He probably will. That's how resilient even the weakest units can become here. I don't know about that placement of the walnut, but you're getting pushed back pretty... Oh, wow. That's pretty good that they all came at the same exact time, though. Go, go, go. Do that. Put this down. Put that down. And then put the other lily pad. The water is really the concern, but... the water and these clowns who... See, if you use the explosives on those, you're going to be in trouble. Do we have anything I can do about that? Because I'm kind of just looking at it right now. Like a deer in the headlights, I can't do anything. These cooldowns are too long, dude. Okay, that mine kind of helps me there. Oh, I thought that was covered up by something. Well, now it is. Fuck. I can't even do anything. That's where you kind of sack one of your own plants, I suppose. I don't really want to let them disrupt what I worked so hard for as far as the... Blow that shit up. Put another one down. So they not only push you back with the ice and the force of that, they also push you back with the simple fact of... They push you back with the simple fact that they're able to put these in a little bit deeper now. Put this one in anywhere that you can. And then put something up like here. These guys are somehow getting through, and of course they get through that fucking mine thing again too. That is the most triggering mechanic in this, definitely, is the fact that the graves just come up wherever they fucking feel like. It's so stupid. I don't know what to do with some of these bottom rows. Just try to keep it constant, keep this one going. Would be able to kill one of these if they actually... Here. Play it cool, play it cool. Not just because I have so many ice plants, too. Alright, come here. Come there. Push this down. This row is actually without a protector now, so we have to watch that very strongly. Okay, the top ones are very difficult to deal with as well. This isn't going to trigger in time. He's going to jump over. That's not the end of the world. We definitely have to keep these lily pads going. I'm not as worried about the bottom. In fact, most of these I don't have to worry about at all, because they're going to... That mine kind of saved me there. They're just going to keep spawning more graves, though. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? Put this down. Put this... You could put this here. Put another one there. It's not quite the final wave yet, though. So this is kind of important to still maintain a little bit. Let him get blown up on the mine, I suppose. They give you so much sun from that, though. It almost makes up for some of this bullshit that you have to go through. Now what? We put this here. We put that there. You gotta just keep planting stuff, otherwise you're gonna get fucked. Literally, I'm just trying to fill the spaces at this point. Do it, do it, do it. Put this down. Put this down. What do I do with this guy? I have nothing. I have no resources available. Almost the final wave. If I can just get there, I could be okay. Put down a lily pad. Put down another one. Just stack this fucking lane up. And then the first lane is gonna get screwed over too. I don't want to let the fucking lawnmower die still, though. That should just kill everything, honestly. You have two of those. So now we're pretty much safe, because the lawnmower is going to save you pretty much the whole way through. Definitely stack this up, though, even further, just in case something goes wrong. So every lane is fine. Like, this is kind of a cheese way to do it, but I don't even feel bad about it, because it's like... You know what I mean? Like, you preserve the lawnmowers the whole time, and then you just do the best that you can. Even that's not so big of a deal. The bottom ones are kind of concerning. The graves are just unbelievable, though. Gravely concerning, I guess you could say. The mine kind of keeps saving you there when I forget about it, because the act of them running over the mine still causes it to go off. So I didn't even need to use them. That's how good I am, but you certainly have them in reserve. That shows you can make it even harder than what it is. I could keep those gray busters with me, but then they keep coming back up too, so it almost doesn't feel worth it. Right, like the ones that destroy the graves. It's such a evergreen mechanic that they turned it into, from like a basic mechanic in some of the nighttime stuff. I guess that is the final level of the area too. So the hardest level of that was 3-2 for sure. Even though it would seem like, you know, it should be one after. I always say that and people don't believe me. Like, oh, this level is exceptionally hard. They'll be like, oh, just wait. And now if we just waited till the later levels, they weren't nearly as hard. Like the Smelter Demon, oh, just wait till you fight the later bosses in Dark Souls 2. Because the Smelter Demon is totally not going to be a standout, but it was a standout. So people just troll like that, or they don't know what they're talking about. So this makes it look like it turns it into an ice one, but it actually turns it into a... Now let's see how much damage this does. It'll kill them, I think, if there's ice down on the ground. You have to be a little bit careful with these lily pad placements, but I guess I'll just do it. Because if they get eaten for nothing now, then you could be in trouble. I'm kind of going a little bit too early with it. Oh, it's going to really force your hand to... Wait a second. This one's like mathematically impossible to even deal with. So put it behind there. I don't even care if he triggers the... Imagine losing to a scripted level that I always make fun of these ones. Like, yeah, the dolphins can't even jump over this necessarily, so you got to really use these Torchwood things properly. I'm kind of jumping the gun too much with how I'm using this. So this should affect it going that way too. But you should probably put it more so adjacent, like right next to it. These tall nuts are obviously amazing too. You want to put them as close to the center as possible. You get the full breadth of 3 of them out there. This guy's just lasting forever, I guess, because he's only getting hit by this stupid thing. Or you want to put them further back, really, than what I'm doing. Wait, why are they getting turned to ice, though? Is it because it's near the water, so the effect doesn't work, or what? I don't even get what's happening with that. Basically, put these further back. There's going to be 4 big waves, so this level is actually going to be pretty tough. You shouldn't put them that high up, though. That's kind of stupid. I mean, it's a lot of firepower, first of all, just, and no pun intended, from the trees, just like you have a lot of these, period. Imagine how much this would cost, right? This would cost like in the 3,000 range anyway. So you can almost just start to put them randomly, just as long as they're in the right area. No reason. Oh, I guess it's making these ones. I don't get why some of them are turning blue and some of them are turning into the fire. It's almost like you need 2 of them. Because you're in the water level, so the mere act of being in that level is gonna fuck you over. Put this here, although we don't necessarily need 2 in the same row like that. The whole water placement here is not the greatest, but we'll commit the tall nuts to them, I suppose, at least. And again, there's so much area of effect damage. I don't think I'm a huge fan of these, but if you use them right, they can be good. It's just they're so expensive, they don't give you the flexibility. They're sort of a late game weapon that you would use almost akin to the... You would use them akin to the, I don't know. Like the repeater, for example. If you just stack this up like crazy, you'll be safe in the water regardless. This is the sort of thing you could use, right, without putting a single lily pad or anything in the water. You could still take care of the water, because usually they throw less stuff at you in the water, and also the fact that it's oh yeah, also putting the walnuts or the tall nuts against the spikes means that they're constantly getting hit by them. Go ahead and do this. Go ahead and do this. Put these as far back as you want to go. I'm going to save some of those walnuts, I guess. Just whatever. You may as well just use the stuff because they're going to keep wearing you out. I put some of these too far up in the water, like way too deep. I don't know why I did that. Just do that. I probably should have used the crusher there, the squash. So we already lost one of these. I forget exactly to what, but that was like a very early unfortunate thing. So keep stacking up this. Though if something's going to kill me, it's certainly not going to be the water. I'll just say that much. Put this sucker down. Unfortunately, I didn't have to do that because he was about to die anyway, but... Look at this fucking impenetrable water fortress. And then they'll just spawn up at the end. Like the fucking clowns that they are, they can just kind of cheat the system. So make sure you don't let these things die, though. Like, squash this clown, dude. Thankfully, it didn't get squashed itself. Or maybe it can't somehow. Put this thing down. Of course, the graves come up even in a scripted level like this, which is just kind of ridiculous. Maybe I should be using these walnuts a little more effectively on the actual whatever. So as soon as he crushes this, I'll just plop it down. Or maybe I can't? Or no, I can't. Just keep leading that as a face tank option, even though it's just gonna die. I guess I could put this here even. This might be a little trickier than I was giving it credit for. Put that down. So at least you have like 3 of these. And again, you're getting a lot of AoE splash damage from the other rows. And of course, you're getting the buff of the wood. I don't see what putting 2 of them in the same row like that would matter. It makes that little splash sound, which makes you seem like it's not going to be that effective, but... just keep spamming this in these rows, just so you make sure it's not going to get eaten up by whatever. Like the... okay, put this back, put this deep. I mean, the amount of damage you have available here is insane by any standard. Like, this would be enough to beat almost any level, period. So put these out deep, put the spikes out deep. Any deep spike. Those fucking stupid graves, man. You're gonna get overwhelmed on one of these lanes because of that, but I have nothing I can even put. Like, this is kind of dumb. I don't even have anywhere I can plant. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? Kind of a good problem to have, but you just gotta put shit down at some point. Put this down, put this down. You could obviously just destroy your own stuff if that's becoming an issue, but like, there's just too many graves. Here, forget it. I'll just spam jalapenos in some of these. Even though you're losing some kind of firepower, you just get it right back anyway. It just feels like you win no matter what, but yeah, we're pretty much near the end anyway. We stalled out enough time. But like, don't you love this? Either you've locked yourself in with whatever you've planted, or they've locked you in with the grave, so you just have nowhere you can actually plant stuff. It's so ridiculous, isn't it? Oh, we're missing all this money too. I probably could have had way more, but that's the least of your concerns in this mode. So the biggest thing is you just want to make sure that you look at how laid back this is though. Like, I don't even have to do anything. You can just trigger the fucking stupid ass. I mean, you expect these to be easier anyway, but basically, if you establish this type of design in the normal game, but think about how expensive it is. I mean, I don't know. It's a bad early game plant. So you would treat it the same way you would treat the repeater. And obviously the torchwood is kind of expensive too. It's like 175, I think. Of course, it's worth it, but I also don't know how it interacts with the water. You either need like 2 of them, or you need like... yeah, we're not even going to pop another one of the lawnmowers. I would say any of them, but obviously I already missed one early. You should get extra credit for that. Now we have all this shit as a last resort. I just spam click everything. Meta strategy. This is super hard mode, by the way. Fuck. If you go ahead and do this... I feel like whenever something good like this comes out, though, then people take it too far, and then they make kind of a farce of it, like with Paper Mario, right? Like, I self-introduced rules in that playthrough, Paper Mario hard mode, because it wasn't that hard. Like, you can't use life shrooms and ultra shrooms and stuff. But then they make pro mode, so now you're literally having to farm out experience in the tutorial and stuff. It's just, I don't know. People always make it into an ego thing more so than just like, is it really an enjoyable one or not? So now this is going to be the nighttime. So what I don't get about this is, can you plant those ones at night? You know, they used to call me Fog Man because I would hang... oh yeah, they introduced Fog of War too. Because I would hang out in the fog and jump out at people. Those were the days. But I don't think they introduced the fog just yet, do they? Well, they at least show it to you. There was a way to play this too with a slight Fog of War on every single level. Like where there's the trees, but it's only on like right where they come from, so it hardly even matters. And it's kind of like a bug, I think, because of like if you use the widescreen thing, it pushes everything out one. I don't know. But that's basically all I wanted to do today. So we can do the nighttime. So I'm not in a rush to just finish this. This is actually a very fun one, so I'm just trying to enjoy it. All Tiddlywinks are priced to move. Well, not that 20,000 one. That's really what I'm looking for. These ones are cute, but I mean... oh, you know what could be fun to do? Let's go back to the main menu and see if it's finally unlocked these, the mini games. Let's mess around with these for a little bit. So you got Zombotany, you got Walnut Bowling, you got Slot Machine, and you got Finish Adventure Mode to unlock. I remember the text being really confusing to read on these when I played it before, because it was like, and it's not like they even updated it. This is the same exact version, right? I still have the same file. I never even downloaded another one. So maybe you can't even download it. Maybe they removed it or it's hard to find. But either way, it's like, this was all in like Chinese characters and stuff. So let's see what this is. Zombotany. So now you're already dealing with these very hard enemy types, many of whom I don't even have the right ones to deal with. Right, like, I haven't even seen these in the main game. How would I deal with like the flying ones? I guess I can try it. No, you know what, dude? Well, why not? I just feel like it'll somehow hurt you. No, I think you can try it as many times as you want. It's not like, oh, the first time you try it means you can't try it ever again. So stuff like this won't matter. So you want to go full explosive build. Just a whole bunch of shit that's going to... The Torchwood stuff isn't going to be worth it. We could just do ice. What if you do ice into fire? I wonder if it would still preserve the ice effect, even. You could do this, you could do this, you could do this, even. You haven't chosen any plants that'll fight off balloon zombies. I guess you can explode them, though, right? Out of the sky. They can't be immune to explosives. Yeah, I don't have any plants that'll fight them out. Oh, more specifically. Oh, this is going to be like 4 massive waves of it, too. But he'll make it all the way across. So I guess the shop thing cucking me didn't hurt me too badly. Like, I finally got the 8 slots that I was looking for. Oh, it's almost like you want piranhas for that. So we're already going to let this trigger. Or actually, maybe I'm not. It'll track him from behind, thank God. Otherwise, it's a 2-for-1 purpose to get them to give up their pole and to also deal with that. So you can still destroy these with the explosives, but it's a big commitment to do that. At least I think you can. Or maybe you can, like... I thought it would get that guy, too. I thought it would, like, work in terms of... Holy shit. I thought it would work in terms of the tall nuts maybe stopping them from flying over. I'm not sure if that's the case or not. Let's see what I actually want to bring out here. Now you got the gargantuan guy. Let's see how strong these guys actually are. We won't see them really till the roof, I don't think. Right, it would be kind of unreasonable to see them at nighttime. They're slow, so maybe we can make them even slower with the ice. Almost make him just stand in place, but... The problem with this guy is he always has, like... They always have, like, too much shit. It freezes them. Why is that? Why does the jalapeno act as ice? And why does the... What the fuck? That doesn't even make any sense. What is that interaction? Just because there's ice on the board? So that does actually work for the ones in the sky, too. So this theoretically would work, but... So does it give you the best of both worlds? Ice and fire? This one he'd just destroy in like 1 hit. Or maybe not. Maybe those are so good that they can withstand even that. Of course, the amount of health these guys have is just ludicrous. And they even throw that shit when they get too close. This is just not going to be fair for me because I don't even have the plans. And it goes on like for fucking ever, too. Zombotany. I don't know what the fuck that has to do with anything. We're giving the zombies a chance to study plants because of how goddamn slow we are. Or because of this ice thing. Like, really. I guess they're not that much harder than, like, the football guys, but... I don't understand why these effects are working as ice. I really don't get that. Why is this ice? Like, the jalapeno is supposed to be fire. I guess it's not a bad thing. You're getting a freeze effect instead. Maybe if it's in the same row as an ice shooter or something? Yeah, I don't have that kind of setup for this. This is meant for like some of the later game items in general. Even the upgrade ones, like the Gatling stuff, even though it's expensive. So let's just see kind of what the other ones are, I suppose. Some of them are like scripted stuff anyway, like bowling. Or whoops, I didn't want to retry that. Is there like a level select where you can just go back and play? I think there is, but you can't do it yet. Mini games. Aren't there other pages and stuff? Page 1, page 2, limbo page, page 3, page 0, survival day, survival night, survival pool, zombotany, limbo page, page 3. This could be really fucking fun to... I'll do an episode of like just these as well. Or it's almost like since I've unlocked them already, I should try to see how many I can do. But you could always restrict what you're able to use anyway. Like, let's see, maybe one of these. This should be easy enough, but the real thing you need is the Grave Buster, because they're gonna fuck you with that. And it'll never end either. Like, okay, so let's do this. So you want stuff thinking more so for the long term. You want the high end. You don't want the low end. You want the high end stuff. The explosions are good. The mines are okay. This stuff even is fine. So yeah, go straight for the expensive stuff. Because you gotta get it established in a sustainable way. It says like, can you survive for 5 days, but it's more like it'll never end, or maybe it does, it's just super long. So you'd want to put a mine on the top one. You can't get overwhelmed at the beginning. And the lawnmowers are kind of not even that big of a deal, because it's like, you know, sure, it can save you, but you can't rely on them. You really have to just... Wait, so I don't have the squash, though. That's the one thing I'm missing. So this would be, for example, better to do if you had... I'm really gonna let a lawnmower go right now, aren't I? I don't even mind doing like this, for example. Just clean that shit out. Do a double shooter right out the gate. Double stack these. Oh, I guess it's not that long if that's what it means. Or no, it'll mean you'll have to do a day, a night, but maybe it'll reset the stuff, or maybe it won't. I don't know how exactly it works. So you can go ahead and plant a couple more suns here like this. This is such an awesome hard mode, though. Like, even these mini games are pretty cool with how they change them and stuff. Really, really well done. PVZ Plus 95 is the version that I'm playing. I don't know if they've updated it since, but I kind of wanted to play the exact same one because it was so good, and because, you know, I didn't finish it. It's not even that I couldn't finish it. It's just like I didn't even try that many times. I tried like the one episode, I think, and that was it. You go ahead and blow up a whole big section here. So you want to keep one ice thing in each row, and the rest should be double shooters. And then you can put a torchwood out in front. We can start to stack up this stuff too. Oh, what I didn't grab is what I just said is going to be a concern, is the Grave Busters. So with this amount of sun, you're pretty much smooth sailing, right? But what's going to happen is they're going to prevent you from building stuff, period. The tall nuts don't even have as long of a cooldown as I would have thought. I still don't know how the torchwood interaction works with respect to the what do you call it? With the ice, because it almost seems like you get the best of both worlds with that. Put the ice down here. So you have the ice in every row. So now you just want to do double shooters only. Plenty of sun to come by. Put this in the middle. I wonder if the enemy types are going to get harder too, because if they don't, this won't really be that hard. The thing that's going to cuck me, though, I'm calling it, is the grave spawns. So you want to make sure that you never allow them to cross here so that you can put down the torchwood and stuff. So you want to stack up really hardcore in one direction. So like put it here and just absolutely destroy them. Feels like this one is a little bit ugly though. Why don't we put like this? A very methodical fashion, but you still need more of these, right? So you have the cherry bombs and stuff. You can put another mine in. It's almost like the mines won't come into play as much with that, but once you get past a certain point, you may as well just do this right here in the middle. Buy yourself a little bit of time. So the top row looks about as perfect as you're going to get it. Right, so some of these other... Yeah, so you would need to commit a space to the Grave Buster. Otherwise, you're going to get busted yourself. Like, look at this, dude. What am I supposed to do about that? There's nothing you can do. That's so stupid. That is so dumb, dude. That mechanic is so troll, but I kind of like it. It's just like, okay. You can't really play around it either. It's like, what, they're just gonna spawn it and you're just gonna have to have an extra slot for them. You can go ahead and do this sucker at the bottom. But yeah, you would have to certainly commit to, or maybe it'll give you the chance to fix this once you get to the next phase, right? It'll let me re-choose. I don't know how this exactly works even, but it's very cool. We'll set a world record for how many fucking levels you can last in this shit. Makes me want to try other games like this in general, like Bloons I hear is kind of good for tower defense stuff, or it just doesn't even feel like a traditional, I don't know, the style of this is just so unique and so different. Yeah, we only have 2 more full levels to do, but I would love to I'll do an episode committed just to like these bonus stuff, but it would make more sense to do these once you have all the plans available, right? So we're already kind of at the point where it's almost over with the first day. Well, so maybe it doesn't go on forever. Endless mode is like a different one. So maybe I could do it, but I would just have to make sure that I can do the Gravebuster, or we'll see how this one kind of ends. I have the lawnmower, so we're pretty much safe. Except for this bottom row. Like, we don't need the sun, dude. Do the stupid jalapeno. I accidentally did both when I wasn't trying to. My clicking speed even impresses me sometimes. We haven't used the tall nuts hardly at all either. We don't need this one, so we can do like this. Very weird positioning. So only the bottom row is really the concern. The fact that they come out of the graves like that so advanced down the board too is very concerning, of course. Man, this was worth the wait though too. I waited 2 fucking years to play this because I wanted to do it on stream and I wasn't streaming. And of course I waited like another year because I've been streaming for like a year again, but I just didn't feel like doing it right away. I wanted to wait for the right time. More zombies approaching. This is truly one of the most enjoyable ones because it's not a question of just how hard it is. It's about how it takes a game and really pushes it to the limits that you would have never imagined and also makes use of. So what happens on the next level anyway? Well, they do change the levels and stuff. So will that delete the save or will it let me continue, I wonder? I don't really care. Like I could... Oh yeah, you can always just... Wait, what did I do? Oh, is it like... Wait. But this is different. Or maybe they just move around a little bit. Oh, that was amazing. So yeah, there's only 5. So the first level was super easy. The second one had a couple hitches. The third one was not too bad except for that 3-2. Oh yeah, I wanted to see, like, can I even replay stuff? Sunny day, unsodded, blah blah blah. Endless roof. There is a way, I think, just to replay individual levels. I think. Or, I mean, you could just, once you beat the game, it probably would let you do that too. Or you could just manually go back to it.